ImAllexx was a popular British commentary YouTuber who would often cover heavy topics on his YouTube channel. Over the years, he gained a large following, many of whom were survivors of intense situations themselves. Last year, however, Alex's ex-girlfriend Alice came out with a huge document sharing her nightmarish experience with Alex and how he treated her during their relationship. Also, yes, their names do sound very similar, so please keep your ears dialed in to prevent any confusion. I've made a previous video going over all of the initial accusations made by Alice, as well as clips of Alex freaking out during a video call. In one of these video calls is where Alex completely lost it and stated that he was going to Alice's head with a brick. Recently, however, Alex has made a very long video response pretty much out of nowhere, which we have gone over a little bit in a previous video, but that was by no means a deep dive. I just wanted to point out something that I had noticed, which is that Alex flashed tons of images on screen at a very rapid pace, making it too fast for the average viewer to process. This, in my opinion, was done with the hope that the viewer would just take his word for all of his counterclaims. But taking some time to go over everything he claimed and looking at the screenshots would make you realize things weren't adding up. The biggest thing that bothered me, and something that I think a lot of people missed, was the timing of which some of these screenshots were taken. They were screenshots of what most likely were throwaway accounts interacting with Alice. He shared these screenshots of Alice replying to what again could only be perceived as sock accounts or throwaway accounts, with the timestamp of Alice's replies being within only minutes, if not seconds. My conclusion for this was Alex was either interacting with these sock accounts, or he was obsessively refreshing everything and anything that Alice has posted, waiting for any new little droplet of information to occur, or he was somehow involved in a different way regarding these sock accounts. That's my opinion, at least. There just seems to be quite a few accounts that he has shown replies from within record speed for a video that came out a year later. On the other hand, my overall opinion on their relationship in general has changed since the last video I had posted, but to reiterate, I still believe that the whole sock account thing is extremely weird. It's just a little sus to me. Anyway, I was under the impression that Alex had always been the worst in this relationship, and overall just a huge POS. But I also assumed that the relationship itself was toxic, especially towards the end, as Alice herself had even stated in her first document. With everything we'll be going over in Alice's new response document, however, which is, by the way, 750 pages long, I am now more than ever completely convinced this man is one of the most unhinged, despicable people to have ever been on YouTube. So originally, I was going to read all 750 pages of this document in one go, one video, so that way nobody has to wait for a part 2 or part 3. And then this video turned into over 2 hours long, and I'm only like 150 plus pages in. Now, I did do a poll on my channel a couple weeks ago asking you guys, what is too long for a video? There were so many in the comments saying I could talk and make a video for like 7 hours long and they'd listen to it because it's something for them to listen to in the background, and I totally get that. And I want to ask you right up front here, for anybody that missed that poll, how long is too long for you? Because my next video may be even longer so I can fit more into it, but I'm testing the waters with this, which for me is a pretty long video. I would really like to put as much as I can in the video so I don't have to upload multiple parts. Now, in the meantime, there are quite a few channels that have talked about this already and have done quite a few parts, one being Nicholas Diorio, another creator being Vangelina Scav. I think they did a pretty good job, and they provide a pretty good perspective on some things as well. In the meantime, I'm going to try my best to get the rest of this posted as fast as I can, and I do apologize for not getting that done earlier. I've been having some health stuff go on that I will briefly elaborate on at the end of this video, but I'm going to make a completely separate video dedicated to just that. Not only has it been taking a physical toll, but a mental one as well. So, apologies for the delay on this. I think it's important to cover this entire document for 2 reasons. One, Alice took the time to put all of this together and put it out there for people to see, and some people immediately commented on her Twitter, sending her tons of hate without even reading it, telling her that they weren't even going to give it the time of day. Which, if you're gonna sit down and listen to a nearly 2-hour video of Alex making counterclaims to Alice's claims, you should at least try to skim through this document a little bit. I just don't think that's fair to her. Number 2, though, she directly responds to every single point made in ImAllexx's video. She leaves nothing off the table as far as I can see, which is why this happens to be such a long document in the first place, especially since it provides more evidence and even more explanation than the first document did. Also, really quick, we're taking a peek at some new information that I just want to throw in the beginning of this video. We're going to come back to this at a later point, but not only is Alex back to uploading and live streaming like nothing happened, but a creator who goes by the name of Samuel uploaded a clip from a recent live stream by Alex where Samuel brought up the brick situation and Alex started laughing and making a joke out of the entire thing.
Okay. Alright, man. Yeah, brick phone, Samuel. That is very funny. I didn't think about that. Oh god, I can't say that anymore. Oh no, man. I'm gonna call it something else, like a rock phone. Oh man. Me. That was my Monday, it was good, I put the bins out.
On top of that, Alice recently made a tweet pointing out that not only was he laughing this off in that clip, but he also made an emoji of a brick smashing a computer monitor, which he expects people to pay for to use as emotes in his chat. That, or it's just an emote for the tier that you can type in the chat or something. Again, we'll come back to this later, but I needed to share this now because this is absolutely vile. With that being said, like I mentioned a minute ago, this is going to be over 150 pages squeezed into this video, exactly 154 pages if I am correct. I'm trying to get through as much as possible in as digestible of a way as possible. The commentary throughout the reading will be minimal, but I will still have a few things to say here and there. I tried to tone it back as much as I can so that the information can be processed, and what I plan to do after all of the document is read is do a full recap video, and then that's it. That's gonna be it. I feel very committed to covering this since I have covered all of Alice's first document. I did a little bit of Alex's video, but I was so hyper-focused on that sock account thing that was the main focus of it. And now there's this document, which basically responds to every single point he's made in the video. So we're gonna try to really get all of this covered. Let's dive into this document. I figured it was best laid out to respond to everything in order of the video he has posted. I apologize for the prompt tweet replies, but having this suddenly all resurface after a year is very triggering, especially when I'm being accused of lying despite providing solid evidence of events. I'm hoping that after this, I won't have to constantly explain or defend my story, but after hearing the endless lies in the video, I can't just stay silent. No one could. There's a lot I need to take responsibility for, like my choice of words, but I can't sit back and let a completely fabricated version of this story be told. I take responsibility for the confusion my previous statement caused. I realize now that my words were not acceptable and that I should have been more direct. It's not every day someone has to publicly address a situation like this. I did that to myself and I should have expected something like this. However, I anticipated he would resort to the lying route as I cautioned in my previous statement. I intend to be fully transparent and provide all supporting documentation. However, due to age of the evidence, nearly 2 years, and the process of gathering it all together, it might take a long time, and this will be a very long document. Firstly, I sincerely apologize for any confusion resulting from my initial statement. Due to our interactions, which often occurred on a weekly, if not daily basis, it would have been particularly impossible to include every single argument and exchange in one single document. As I've noted previously, the document would have 1,000 plus pages. Therefore, I chose to focus on the most traumatic experiences, highlighting the specific actions that caused me pain. It breaks my heart hearing that in the video he makes claims of mutual abuse. Being publicly discredited is upsetting. My reactions towards him were deeply rooted in genuine emotional responses to specific, often harmful situations. While I acknowledge that my responses were sometimes imperfect, I also made mistakes in reacting the way that I did by the hurt he inflicted upon me. It's an indescribable feeling when confronted with blatant fabrications of the truth. It's a horrible feeling to have someone who caused these events deny the events that they know very well occurred. With that, I just want to say I completely agree. If you're trying to explain something that happened and somebody is lying and contorting the events, it can be mind ruining. I'm sorry for the offensive words I used to hurt Alex back, calling him a autistic, fat. I knew it was wrong, and I used these words to try and hurt him back for hurting me so much. I take full accountability for this, and I should have been more transparent in my first document where I had said I went down to his level with the insults back at him. These words are wrong to use, and I've been battering myself since the relationship. I hope I haven't offended anyone, and if I have, I really am deeply sorry and full of regret. I have been ashamed. I felt like I had to use these words to hurt him back, and I used anything I could think of. The narrative of saying I had been threatening and abusing throughout the whole relationship is false, and I'll debunk every statement made about it. I've always said I was never innocent, and I reacted back to things he said and did. I said that in my first statement. I definitely wasn't innocent towards the end, and I'll admit I was toxic at the end of our relationship because I really grew to hate the position I was in. I had been promised everything would get better after I moved in, and that will be proven. He claimed that there was no talk about being worried to move in together, yet I put it in my original statement. I'm reliving this all again, and the manipulation is still happening in that video. I know I was toxic after all of this. I wish it wasn't who I turned into, but it was, and I have to admit to that. I haven't lied about anything I said in my first statement. Everything I wrote there happened. The videos I linked in my first statement of Alex threatening violence is dated May, having just made it official in March. This abusive language was implemented early in the relationship by him. Months and months of this could change anyone, and I'm sorry to myself mostly for staying in this and becoming as toxic as I did. To say I lied about going to the police about this, claiming that to be on Claire's law you must be convicted, is false. I reported everything I could to the police with evidence I posted and more. This has been put down on record. That does not mean he was convicted or contacted. I was given the option to take Alex to court and also get a restraining order because of the threats to and harm me. I didn't and don't have it in me to go through court, and looking back now, I should have. Nothing went further as I posted online about this. I wasn't given a reason as to why it was dropped. I was just told it has been put down and will be there under his name, and if he contacted me again, to let them know so they can take this further. She provides a screenshot, I'm assuming from Google, about Claire's law stating, "No, you don't need to be convicted to be subject to a Claire's law disclosure. The scheme allows police to disclose information about a person's history of or behavior, even if it didn't result in a conviction." Alice then provides a screenshot of her report, and in the report, dated on May 31st, 2024, it states, "The victim reports that after 2 months of dating her ex-partner, began to become verbally, physically, and mentally abusive towards her. After 2 days of living together, he had pulled her to the ground, put her in a headlock, and covered her mouth because he wanted her to shut up, before screaming insults at her and sending her abusive texts telling her to end her life and threatening to break my neck and my cat's." She reports that he would call her numerous insults before claiming that she needs him, as everything she does amounts to nothing. He would threaten to break up and then take it back, tell her he doesn't love her, and then love bomb her. After 8 months, she decided to leave, causing him to break her things, harass her on social media, and sending her letters and gifts with notes. Alice continues, saying I keep posting about him and his personal issues, which isn't the case. I posted about my issues and my experience. My posts are only ever me talking about moving from this and having a hard time moving from the traumatic things he has done to me. I can talk about what happened to me as much as I want to, regardless of anyone's opinion on it, and trying to silence me will not work. Claiming I've been harassing him for a year when I've been harassed by multiple burner accounts baiting a reaction and conversation about Alex, all I'm doing is replying, and I'm not harassing him by clearing up misinformation and rage bait. On Twitter, I've received many mean comments trying to spin this narrative that he has now come out with. I had at least 10 new accounts and more come at me for the same exact things, so it was obviously one person. The biggest portion of my previous video was talking about how there were screenshots in Alex's video that had these weird accounts, and the screenshots were taken just minutes, if not seconds, after Alice replied, which is really, really, really weird, and nobody brought that up because he showed the screenshots on screen so fast while talking. Nobody really noticed it. Also, I was not expecting this document to come out the day that I posted that video, and I had no knowledge that this was going to be mentioned in this document. Going back to this, it's hard coming out about so much and being instantly shut down. Me replying to bait doesn't prove any inconsistencies. It proves that I didn't know what was best for me, and I was defending myself. I've been defending myself for so long, it's all I think to do. Claiming I kept changing my original document is false. Every time I click onto it, it sets that as the last edited date. I changed nothing in that document at any point after releasing it all publicly, and I'd like to add that I had 2 other editors on the document. And then she provides the editors? and it says last edit was on June 15th, 2024. I was under the assumption that she edited the document to include the full images after being called out on cropping the images, but I may have been mistaken. Maybe she didn't change it. It's good that this information is there, so we have a timeline of the exact date of which it was last edited. So in this next part, she briefly addresses her cropping Alex's name in the first document she made, and the reason why she did that was because his name was a slur that she had screenshotted many times of him calling her, and this is her explanation. Responding to my cropped screenshots cropping out his name, I didn't include this for obvious reasons, that it was offensive, childish, and very messed up. Hiding it was wrong, and I should have explained then and there why I did that. Using that word is inexcusable, and I'm ashamed by it. I thought adding in this would discredit what he had done to me, and that was selfishly my main point to put out. It was more because he would throw this word around as an insult towards me, which I gave evidence in my first statement of him chasing me around the house, screaming at me. In no way am I racist, and I am so sorry I ever did this. I'm just extremely stupid for doing it and ignorant with my choice of words when I named him that in my phone. I mentioned Alex using racist words because he used them on me aggressively. Not once have I ever used this word in an aggressive way, and I was ignorant for even using words to imply this word, like the shrimp comment I made to him while we were joking around. She provided multiple pages of him using this language. Like she mentioned, I think the bigger point for her to even provide this was to share that he had been calling her a bunch of different insulting names and words. She then takes accountability for cropping out Alex's name in the document. She made a tweet stating, "I write in my statement multiple times that I became reckless with my usage of language because this was so normalized by Alex. I am well aware that this doesn't excuse my use of the word, but it is an honest explanation. I do apologize for any offense caused by this. I took accountability for this and will never stop apologizing for it. The physical claims he has made are the ones I stated in my first statement, and then the ones he has tried to claim I had done when I hadn't. I explained I had slapped him in the face out of retaliation and had an incident of pushing him off of me. These claims are true, but to change a push into a punch and then a punch to a face is a lie. I'm trying really hard to make it easier for listeners out there who are not watching this entire video and reading along with me to differentiate between Alice's voice and Alex's voice. So I'm just gonna try and use like a slightly higher pitch voice for Alice and a slightly lower pitch voice for Alex. And so that way I'm not telling you who's talking every 2 seconds. And I hope that's enough for anybody that's not constantly staring at the screen throughout all of this to be able to tell who is talking and when. This is a 750-page document. We have to improvise somehow and make it a little editing friendly for future me. So apologies in advance if I screw this up, but I'm trying my best. So this first screenshot is from Alex's video where he underlines the same screenshot over and over again in different spots to make it look like a different screenshot. And I didn't just randomly start kicking you. I probably pushed you away. Can you play the whole thing? I didn't kick you multiple times and hard. And then we can text. I'm trying, but like, okay, we can talk about all of this after. I didn't randomly start kicking you for no reason. And I'm sorry, I would have gone into more details. I'm just a mess, okay? The screenshot he gave is me denying kicking him and referring to his previous messages where he says I kicked him a lot and hard, which is why I say I didn't kick you multiple times and hard. I can see how this has been taken another way, but all I'm doing here is denying what happened and telling him I pushed him away. I was more taken aback that his narrative had changed, as I explained in my first statement, where he goes on to start playing victim to me after he understands that I am coming out about what he had done. I don't want friends. I remember pushing you away from me. I didn't just go ahead and start kicking hard to you. I don't want messages. But yeah, it was probably uncalled for. I'm admitting pushing him away from me was uncalled for, not admitting the kicking, because that didn't happen. He states I was physically abusing him regularly, which is a damaging lie. Not only does he say this, he denies ever being physical with me. He has spun this 180. He then said in his video that I donkey kicked him in the head and neck until he was out of the bed. This was again a lie, and I had pushed Alex off of me in bed. After arguing like this, I did not want to be near Alex. I did not physically kick him out of the bed or in the head like he claims, and not once did he ever bring this up to me because he is manipulating a story to fit the narrative that I, quote unquote, beat him. For a response that took a year, I'm not sure why saying donkey kicked while laying in bed in the head and neck was well thought out. That is physically impossible to kick behind like that, and I would never do this to anyone. His story keeps changing. You would push me and kick me a lot. And then the cat thing. I really didn't. I remember pushing you away from me. I didn't go ahead and start kicking to you. I don't want messages. But yeah, it was probably uncalled for. Now, these look a little different because they're on Alice's end, by the way. I just want it to be known that this is the same message, just continued. Obviously, it's going to look a little different on her end because she's sending it and he's receiving. It's okay. I don't even want you to talk about it. But I was put through a lot. I didn't want to be around you. I felt unsafe around you. Alex unsent a message. This is a really big reoccurring pattern that we're going to get into later, but let's continue reading. I don't even want to be in contact. We're getting into the BPD situation. She provides a screenshot from July 3rd, 2024. He claims that I lied about him being diagnosed, and at the time, it was not a lie. Again, if you just break Alex's video down and look at the screenshots, nothing he says makes sense. Let's continue. Throughout the whole relationship, I told him to seek therapy and receive the help he needed, and he didn't. He said he tried therapy and it didn't work. This was for his general health. Nothing in particular sparked this. Just how he was towards work and friends. He has now, since the date in that picture, been diagnosed, which I was completely unaware of. Our last date of contact was May 29th, 2024. And she provides a screenshot of Alex saying goodbye. So yes, I said he wasn't diagnosed because this is what I knew. In his diagnosis, it reads that he was aggressive towards me, undeniable, and that he would have quote-unquote anger outbursts. This completely contradicts his story that he has made in this video, as he is saying he would always express sadness, crying, and being when that is not the truth. He says I showed no proof of him threatening to discredit my side of the story and threatening me to not come out with this publicly when he came to me manipulating a story he made, claiming he will use the fact that I quote-unquote hit him after he received messages of me admitting to slapping him once, which I never hid or denied. You can see his inconsistencies in these claims he makes, as it started with a slap, moved on to a punch, and now he is claiming kicks and quote-unquote regular physical and quote-unquote donkey kicks in the head and neck. I am so clear and will always admit my wrongs. Yes, it was wrong to slap him that one time, but it was all I felt I could do to get myself out of the situation I was in at the time. If what she's describing here is true, where she felt very threatened and she felt like the only way to get out of a physical situation was to slap, I've heard people say reactive abuse when describing this situation. I wouldn't even consider it that. I would consider it self-defense, depending on the situation. If you're slapping somebody to get away from them because they're making you feel physically threatened, that to me feels like self-defense. Depending on the context, that's how it comes off to me. All I can offer here is the whole uncropped version of this conversation, so I apologize. This will be a very long document, but I feel that's what's necessary here. Before, I didn't share every single message as I was trying to show what he had done to me, and not the whole relationship. I understand how this has now come back on me and made me look like I was trying to paint myself as a saint. But I had stated in the first document that I am not innocent. I admit to my wrongs and always have. But in no way was the received mutual. In the proof I gave in my first statement, you have a clear-cut look on the inside of what Alex was like with me, and how aggressive he was. Yes, I said mean things. Yes, I slapped him once to defend myself. So yes, she is saying defend, and yes, things got toxic and I started avoiding and not liking being around him. That is down to being used. Hey Alice, a lot of people are starting to read into the posts you've made about us. I understand you're venting, and I don't want to invalidate that. I apologize for how I acted in the past, and I have apologized to you as much as I could for how I was in arguments and the insults. It wasn't acceptable, and I am sorry for that. We both have apologized to each other for how we acted, and for me, that was settled, especially after you admitted to slapping me. It's not something I want to talk about, and I was reluctant to talk about it at all when asked by my friends. I want to try and process this in my own time without involving other people in our issues. Right off the bat, this is like a self-admission in my opinion, because in his video, he talks about how he couldn't talk to his friends because Alice was isolating him, and he felt like if he said anything to his friends, she would come after him.
She does not mention that I was responding to lies that I'm a convicted abuser, that she had posted on her TikTok publicly, and that she had been going through and following my friends months after we had broken up, trying to get their attention to spread this lie, which ended up with my friends asking me to explain this to them after seeing the TikToks that Alice was posting online. I was reacting to Alice's public posts and lies about me, but Alice has hidden that she was constantly harassing me to make it seem like I'd gone out of my way to talk badly about her for no reason, when in reality Alice was trying to isolate me and antagonizing me into responding to her for months.
In one of the many screenshots in Alex's videos where he doesn't provide enough context, he shares a Discord conversation between him and InAbber, who is questioning him at this point because I believe several people have heard about a lot of what was going on prior to Alice speaking about it publicly. On May 1st, Alex wrote, "Yeah, it's not good. You can call me. We had a lot of arguments that went like that after she had hit me, but it's not acceptable to get like that, so I get it. I don't want to drag you guys into this. There's no fix at all here. It was just really effed, but I can talk about it. The whole thing is just killing me. I know she won't include any of the stuff she did to me, and there isn't any excuses for retaliating like that. Was hoping I wouldn't have to keep reliving this, but I think she wants me to fight her back with everything I've got, but she'd always get 10 times worse if I said she hit me." I just think you need to show us the text you mentioned the other day, mate. Like, those messages are really bad, and it would help just seeing context. I'm genuinely terrified that if I post something, she's going to come back for me even worse. I think if she finds out I'm talking about it or sharing stuff, that she will try to make my life hell. It was like this when we were together. She'd try to provoke me to get upset or angry at her, and then would come down even harder. I've spoke to a few other people, and they told me the best thing to do is not respond in any way. Who were the other people, Alex? Because every text I've seen is condemning you for this and wondering why the hell you aren't saying anything. Also, by the way, this whole thing with Alex trying to bring his friends into the situation is very creepshow art-ish to me. For example, in this situation, it seems like he was trying to poke blame at his friends publicly that were questioning him about this, one being InAbber, and it just wasn't working out in Alex's favor, and people could see right through it. And InAbber did post a pretty lengthy response document, but I'm not here to get into their situation. That would just extend this video even further. It's just that this part specifically is very telling because here he is behind the scenes talking about, "I really can't talk about this. I'm really scared to." Meanwhile, he's telling Alice, "Yeah, I really just kind of want to keep this between us. I don't want to get friends involved or anything." The inconsistencies stack up like the world's tallest Jenga tower. Also, if it isn't obvious, he's screaming damage control here because he knows in this moment that he is completely he knows that this is going to come out and eventually affect his online career. Apologies, allow me to continue. The posts are putting me in a really difficult position, especially because people are talking about how I haven't addressed any of it. I don't want to have to talk about it or risk making this bigger or worse for both of us. We both made mistakes that I know we regret. I'm not happy about how any of it ended, and I wish every day it was different. Really quick, just looking at his response and how he worded it, he really did want to craft this as we are equally as bad in this situation, and I do think the relationship got toxic, especially in the end. Alice has admitted this herself, but I do not think that they are as bad as each other, and I assume that the majority of you will agree as we go through this intensely long document. They are, in my opinion, not nearly as bad as each other. There is a very, very heavy tipping point on this scale, and Alex is on the heavy end here. I feel like this is a lot of pressure on me to speak about us and our relationship, whereas I really want to be able to talk about it with you. Is this something we can talk about? You're talking like you didn't drag me around and kick me. We are not the same. Exactly, by the way. You are the one who did wrong. I'm not trying to get even here or even talk about it like that or make it seem like you were worse. No, dude, that's exactly what you were doing. And she even clarifies, you just did. I really want to read all of this and then provide commentary later, but there's going to be parts where I provide commentary while reading this because this is so long and a lot of things will be forgotten if I wait until the end. I apologize. That's not my intent. Is there any way we can talk about it that you would prefer? I think it absolutely was his intention and he's being manipulative, but that's just my opinion. I slapped you once for literally verbally me like any woman would. Saying you don't want to talk about it as if I you and you're a victim is crazy after what you did to me and put me through. Do you feel like I'm invalidating you? I do. Yeah, by only talking about yourself. Leave me alone. No, I don't feel the way you said in that message. Okay, I understand. I am deeply sorry, and I'm sorry I haven't been able to make you feel heard. He's giving like therapy words / gentle parenting, like, I hear you, I'm here to validate your experience, but that's the way I feel reading this. Not to say that that's always bad. bad, but in this situation, it's very clearly manipulative, in my opinion. Again, Alex calls him out on this. I know what you're doing, and you can use whatever story you've cooked in your brain. It will never, ever validate what you did to me, no matter how you look at it. I'm not trying to validate anything that happened. Here, there's already inconsistencies in his story, as he never claims I hit him regularly, never claims I donkey kicked him in the head and neck, never claims the he has in his video response. That is all new. And by the way, I just want to point out, and this is a consistent, repetitive pattern that we will see throughout these messages, every single time Alex claims that Alice did something, immediately she is up to bat, ready to defend and say, I did not do what you just claimed that I did. Meanwhile, when she says, hey, you dragged me across the floor, hey, you kicked me, hey, you did this, you did that, you made me feel unsafe, instead of him saying, no, I didn't do that, what are you talking about? That never happened. He goes, I hear you. I'm not trying to invalidate your experience. I think we should just talk about this. That's what I mean with those gentle parenting / therapy words, which again have a place, but this is not the place. In a conversation like this is absolutely being misused in a very horrible way. I just want to make that clear. But you'll see and notice a pattern, which makes Alex's argument, in my opinion, very, very, very weak. You're claiming in a 1 hour and 40-minute video over and over and over again that this girl lied about everything and that you were actually the one who was abused and she was the one making everything up, calling you the abuser. Yet every single time she claims that you have done X, Y, or Z to her, you either ignore it, there's deleted messages, or you respond by saying, I'm not trying to invalidate your experience, or we both did bad things. Meanwhile, when you, in these conversations, accuse her of doing things that she claims she didn't do, she immediately is ready to say, no, I didn't do that every single time. That doesn't look good. That doesn't look like a promising argument on your behalf, Alex. And no matter how much you convince yourself, I know you can't believe me because I broke your trust. I don't want you to feel like what happened was your fault. I want you to stop contacting. I've asked you effing loads now. It wasn't my fault at all. It was you. You are the problem. You were, it says was, but I think she meant were. You were the problem. I was stupid to stay with you. I got sent a message of what you screamed at me on a call once. People heard you. I read it and it's just disgusting how you were to me. That's not even the start. And you want to invalidate that and convince yourself it was mutual? You're sick. I don't want to invalidate that at all. I want to acknowledge my behavior and I have messaged you about it and I'm really sorry. Going to the message where I mentioned people heard him, I never released this information as people know publicly who Alex had and has lived with. I will never mention the name of the person as I would never want to involve other people into this, but I will attach the message I received after you have seen this whole conversation. I don't want to invalidate that at all. I want to acknowledge my behavior and I have messaged you about it and I'm really sorry. I can't fix it how I acted. I don't care. You did it for 8 months. You don't care. Only when it suits you or threatens you, which is now. So now you care. You didn't care at the time. That's not the case here. Yes, it is. You're a narcissist. It's what you do. I have been incredibly self-centered. Always have, always will. And I'm sorry I didn't put my effort in at the time. I don't care. I don't want apologies from you. And now that it isn't good enough, I know it won't be good enough because good enough would have been when we were together. Okay. What's your goal messaging me here? Cut it short. I just want to know what the goal is here. Then leave me alone. You messaged me. If I had a goal, I would have responded to everyone already saying yes. Alex was effing horrible. I would like to be able to allow us to move on. I'm just finding it incredibly difficult because of the huge speculation. I don't believe anything he's telling me. And this had all been said after the fact, after the relationship ended, after he saw I was posting related content, after he thought I was going to go public, which I'd like to mention at this point, I had zero plans on making any statement or going public. It was the messages of him telling me to keep quiet about it that influenced my decision, and the raw fact that I wanted to clear up why I had been tiptoeing around on TikTok at the time. I wanted to share what he had done to me, not as an act to harm him, but to speak about the and what he put me through. I felt pressured to tell my side, and that's my own fault because I hinted at abusive behaviors as a way of venting and crying out for help. This is where the narration starts tapering off and we will see a lot more screenshots. Starting where we left off, I would like to be able to allow us to move on. I am just finding it incredibly difficult because of the huge speculation. I know, I'm not angry or upset at you. It's not really speculation, cause it's true. I totally understand you've been venting. Leave me alone. I just want to know why you feel like we have to put our personal relationship online. Because you're a horrible person. You did horrible things. So is it because you feel like I deserve it? I feel like he's trying to bait her into some sort of response he can use in his 1 hour and 40-minute video where he says the same screenshot over and over again and she isn't giving it to him, and this is why he shares the same screenshot a million times. No, not really. I'm venting for myself. I understand. Otherwise, I would have outed you and named you. Yeah, I know. It's just that I've been sent TikToks of people putting stuff together and you liking comments. Yeah, I didn't message you before when you were venting. People hoping I'm okay. Yeah. Cool. What's your point here? What do you want? I want you to stop contacting me. I wanted to know if we could talk about it, come to a conclusion, and then move on if that's what you want. I realize it's because you feel like I've dodged responsibility with you. Like what? What do you want? Talk about what? I want to know what you want here. I haven't been posting. I want you to leave me alone. I messaged you directly because of the posts. It felt like it was the right thing to do if you're upset. What would you post? I used to be abusive to my girlfriend, so she reacted and started to hate me because of it? Crazy. I'm not going to post. That's why I'm messaging you. Okay, and what do you want? I was hoping we could leave each other alone because enough has happened. And I really regret it, not being able to be better when I needed to be. I've put myself into therapy. Good job, Alex. Good job. The only thing is that going to therapy is not going to change the experience you've already given to your ex-girlfriend who has now had their brain chemistry entirely altered because of what you did to her. Going to therapy is not just going to make you into a totally new human being. And I'm not saying hypothetically. I know people can absolutely change with therapy, but I'm saying he is still Alex. And Alex may change his personality and may better himself in the future, which is great for future Alex. But for Alice, she's always going to see him as the person who caused a lot of wreckage in her life, no matter what journey he goes on and no matter how much he betters himself. There is no way in reality that no matter how much better Alex gets from therapy, that things will be healthy and back to normal due to everything he had put her through previously. She gets into this too, but that's just my perspective on this and looking at things through a realistic perspective. Sure, there is couples counseling and stuff that people can do, but I think when it comes to physically harming your partner and making them afraid for their life, that's a point where the relationship is unfixable, in my opinion. I don't think there's any coming back from that. Stop with that BS. You need more than therapy. You literally dragged me, but you know, I don't know what you want here. Exactly like I was saying just a minute ago, but I digress. Alex says, I feel like you should know that I'm not hiding from my behavior in our relationship, but I don't want people to force me into discussing it with intense outside pressure. You're the one not leaving me alone here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. I would have never have messaged you if it weren't for the posts. If you want to air it all out, go for it. I'm sorry I broke contact to talk about this. I didn't want to. You're gonna say the same you did to your mates. She hit me, and that's defamation. Spoiler alert for those who have not watched the video, despite the fact that Alex denies this over and over again in these documents. That is exactly what he says in his video for an hour and 40 minutes.
Alice hit me, kicked me, emotionally, verbally, and physically abused me, as well as threatened me and blackmailed me constantly throughout our relationship.
And as we see in these documents, his perspective consistently fluctuates. Continuing from Alex, that's what I'm saying, Alice. I don't want to air it all out. I'm not going to say anything because we don't have to push it there. What are you talking about? What do you want? Do you understand me? When it comes to text messages, you can only read into tones so much. This sounds like a veiled threat in my opinion. Alice says, be straightforward. Stop hinting. I want to apologize for what I said in those messages, and I don't blame you for reacting. It's gone so far now, and I hate it. Can we stop? Is that something we can do? He's trying to get her to stop talking and prevent his career from melting before his eyes. I don't care about the messages. You're a horrible, poisonous person. I shouldn't have let that affect me. I found clips of you in a call screaming stuff at me. I've read stuff you'd say to me in calls from someone who messaged it to me. I read my notes where I promised myself I'd leave you if you hurt me again, and I didn't. Alice, Do you want to talk about all of this then? No, not really. Nothing you can say will ever fix what you did or help it, or make me forgive you. So what do you think about what I've said? I will never forgive you. I know. I think you're poison. I'm not here looking for forgiveness. And I want you to leave me alone. Yes, I want to as well. Go away then. I hadn't messaged you in weeks. Keep it that way. But this stuff recently doesn't seem like it's going to end, and I feel like I'm being backed into a corner. Again, it feels like he's giving some sort of veiled threat, but that's just my opinion. For something you did? Oh no. I was hoping I could settle our issues personally. Listen, I was hoping we could settle our issues personally. I'm giving you an offer you can't refuse. If I read these texts a little out of order, it's just because they're messaging each other at the same time, and it makes less sense if I read them chronologically as you see them, and it'll make more sense if I read them the way I think they were meant to say. Otherwise, it can provide a different context and make things more confusing. I hope it's easier to follow if you're reading this along with me, and that's from here on forward. The people spreading this are people who already hate you, not me. That's fine. I'm not bothered about them. I'm upset that I hurt you enough where you feel you need to do this. I don't expect you to believe me. It's like you don't know what you've done was abuse. It's like you're actually convincing yourself you were just in a slightly bad place. When really, no, that's what you're like, always have been. Your exes messaged me. No, I don't feel that at all. I've seen your posts and your messages the other day. And not just one. I'm sure your ex wouldn't be nice about you, but I don't want to talk about other people. I came here to talk to you about us. I never them, so ask. I'm mutual with them actually. It's normal to not hate people you've dated, but anyway, would you want to call and try to settle this? God, no. Or would you prefer to work it out now on text? Leave me alone. Work what out? What is there to work out? What do you want? It's very hard to have to discuss this when people are speculating under my post and DMs, no matter what's happened. Okay? We have a private life. I don't want to talk about you. Then go private. Venting to your friends I understand, but this makes the whole situation harder for the both of us and takes it to an unneeded place. Again, veiled threat. He's mad because this is gonna affect his online career and he wants to try and spin this to expose her to save it. In my opinion. Alice says, so you're silencing me. You're asking me to not say anything or confirm anything. Is that what you're asking? Be straight. No, I'm not silencing you. This isn't a threat. Didn't say it was. Oh no, but I am absolutely saying, in my opinion, it sounds like one. I'm sorry. Clearly this was a mistake. Yes, contacting me is a mistake. I asked you to leave me alone. Yes, but I thought that would be mutual. I haven't messaged you. Leave me alone. I've been talking about me. If I wasn't leaving you alone, I'd have made a PDF file on you and posted it. I apologize for wasting your time here. He claims I was planning on exposing him for a while. I wasn't. I wrote the first statement in a few days, and yes, I had screenshots. Yes, I had clips. If you were with an partner, you would keep those things. No, I didn't put them in folders and think, yes, I'll post those. If me keeping screenshots and clips of abusive, horrible behavior of an ex is quote-unquote guilty, I'm not sure how to defend myself here. A lot of people do this to cope or talk to friends. I felt the need to always have at least 2 people in my life in the know, so in case anything happened to me, like he had threatened, someone would know what was going on. Stepping out of this for a second, I totally agree, especially when you have a partner who is going to, not trying to use super intense therapy words here, but like this entire situation seems loaded with gaslighting. This is a situation where in many circumstances, Alex tries to make Alice feel like she's going crazy and feel like she's doubting herself and her own judgment. So keeping screenshots and logs of things to discuss this with maybe a friend or someone close in her life that could help her sort things out and either validate her or maybe further explain things in a way that maybe she didn't see in a different perspective is absolutely helpful. It's understandable to feel like you need to keep a log when somebody is making you feel like you're going crazy and doubting every little thing you say. Being in a situation like that is not normal, but they do happen. Let's continue reading. I apologize for wasting your time here and reopening this. I saw your notebook posts and read what you said in our messages, and I thought we could talk about it. This was pointless. Yeah, my standards are low, huh? Look, I let you down more than anything ever. Like I don't have the words to express my sorrow without typing like a Shakespeare poet. My dude, I think even Shakespeare would be gobsmacked and baffled by everything that you've pulled. There isn't a single word in the English language that could describe perfectly the level of tomfoolery you were getting yourself into, even bringing all of this back up. Yes, I posted TikToks about being treated like I got out of this relationship and was traumatized for months on end afterwards. It was a way for me to cope. After removing someone that did do all of these things to me out of my life, I wanted to scream it out loud. That's kind of like a part of healing, isn't it? When you go through something that is extremely stressful or traumatic or any huge life event, it's natural to want to talk about it, and when things are so intense like in this situation, yeah, continuing with the messages again, I wouldn't and don't want to hear it anyway. I know, so I haven't sent it. You're just another one, and I'm not here for sympathy. Wouldn't get it anyway. Or for anything, actually. Okay, so, I know I don't deserve anything from you. Why? Okay, because you're clearly hurting. No shit. And I don't want this to get worse. That's all. Happens when I'm out of a domestic. Let me heal. I've cut myself off from the internet. Yes, I want this to move forward. I'm going to ask, do you post this stuff knowing I might message you? Because I try not to, but it's hard. And not to make you stop. No, but I want to talk. She sent a smiley emoji. Okay, well, I won't then, and I hope that's the truth, because I don't see why we need to leave anything off now. I don't post these of me talking about my own experiences with abuse and think, yes, this'll make him message me. I want this. I know that, but this is the only reason I ever mentioned being hit in the first place. I wanted to give you your space to vent with your friends and everything. You understand when people ask. They just ask for my side of our relationship, and I want to say I know those texts look one-sided, but I try to tell a fair story, and I nearly broke down when I told my mom and dad. We can control how long this goes on for, and as long as we're on speaking terms, I want to really try to get to somewhere that works for us. Is that okay? So, your side of the relationship is me hitting you. That's mental. No, it isn't. Bro, you kind of just said that it was. You need a mental hospital. I never hit you. Like, stop using that as something that made you do things. Genuinely, it's not cute. Alex unsent a message. Again, I mentioned before, we're gonna see this a lot. You keep saying this like I abused you. No, I actually never said you abused me.
Alice hit me, kicked me, emotionally, verbally, and physically abused me.
I mean, good, that would be huge BS. I said it was toxic, but I understood why it had gotten there, and I heavily regretted it. It was toxic because of you, because of the abuse you gave. Words, feelings, actions, everything you did was vile to me. And after, the way I texted you was wrong. I read it all back and read it in therapy. God, it was before that too, not just after. You started arguments like that too, just because you were in a mood already. Yes, there was a lot of stuff that got way out of hand. You went out of hand. I know you want to talk to me about what I did, and I was fine with that when it was between us. I don't. I wanted to call you and talk about it. I didn't. Yes, anyway, go away. I did. Do we have to talk to each other like this now? I don't want to be near you, Alex, because you effing ruined my life. I was so empathetic to you for so long, even after I left you. We'll continue that in a second because Alice interjects. When I say I was empathetic towards him, it's because after almost all major arguments, he would sit and tell me it's because of outside noise, something else going on that made him speak to me in a certain way or be crappy to me. I forgave him a lot, which is why I was with him for so long, because I believed him. Let it be known that in this conversation and a few before, I have zero empathy for Alex. I'm drained, I'm out, and I feel nothing towards him. Going back to those text messages, and you still gave me crap. I was so patient and understanding and stupid. I had to hit rock bottom to turn my life around. I think of you when I'm sick. This is enough. I don't want contact. This has been making me sick. I have asked you multiple times, leave me be. Well, can we stop then? Leave then? I've said I want to be left alone as well. Like, stop, and I get why. Go away. Acting like I want to talk about you. I want to come to a conclusion here before this gets out of hand. I don't. Out of hand. Like what? How can this get any more out of hand? If you keep posting stuff, it will end up becoming a huge problem. Another veiled threat. This one is a little less veiled in my opinion. For you, don't you want us to move on? For us. Yeah, he's really trying. It didn't work, but he tried. I'm sorry, this is frustrating for me to read. I'm trying to give this the energy that it deserves, but part of that energy is actually me being genuinely frustrated with this conversation because this is insufferable. Not on Alice's end, by the way. I'm obviously implying that towards Alex, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. We're only on page 39 of 750. Because it's true, she reiterates, for you. There is no us. Alice, right now you are really trying to make me say something that you will use to hurt me with. I don't want to talk about you hitting me, and I found the text about the cat. Because I didn't, and you'd be lying when you said you punched me. I didn't punch you over a cat. LOL, is this you saying you're going to use that? Because do it. Then I'll post you calling me N-words and abusing me. With witnesses. No, I'm not. But right now you are pushing against me. Why? I never punched you over a cat. Why do you want to do that? Because you won't leave me alone. Because you won't stop. I've stayed dead silent and this isn't enough. I don't know how I'm gonna get to the angrier messages with a deeper voice. It's gonna be weird. I feel like if I get to a point, it's gonna end up sounding like a really horrible anime dub, and I apologize in advance. I'm trying my best. This is your argument. If I speak out about how horrible you are and how of you were to me, you're gonna say I hit you over a cat. That's your defense? For me for 8 months. Make it make sense. You don't get to hit me at all. The point I'm making is we both hated it. Hate this. You hate this. And hurting each other more. This is the argument where he claims I punched him over the cat. He claims there were messages. There wasn't, and he lied. I pulled up the messages in the original statement saying I had pushed him off of me, and I included the messages. I'll attach them again here, and the full messages are in my first statement. He had the cat in his arms and was saying very strange comments like he's going to take the cat away. He blew up after this, screaming and yelling and telling me to move out because I pushed him off and took the cat to another room after he made that weird comment. It was first I quote-unquote tried to hit him, pushed. This has developed into a quote-unquote punch and did when he felt he needed something on me to get leeway in being crappy to me whenever I was upset with something he did. Some older screenshots were provided below stating, you blew up, I didn't do anything. Kicked me out, over the cat, I didn't do anything but buy you ice cream. F off, mental case. How can we even live together if you're gonna start arguments over the cat? You did that. No, I didn't. Literally, you get mad, not me. I just made a joke. You got mad. You must effing go. You have to effing go. I said don't say weird stuff like he's gonna be taken away, idiot. We cannot live together. F off with this. My God. I'll get my own cat. Never said you can't talk to it. You're infuriating. Bye. You effing pushed me. It was an effing joke. Off of me. Off me. She reiterates, you effing pushed me, and I go, off me. I wish I could show how aggressive he really was in person. These texts were always after the crappy argument and he had gone somewhere like in his office to text me like this. I'm always in defense. Going back to the other messages, the point I'm making is we both hated this. Hate this. You hate this. And hurting each other more isn't going to make it right. Because it's true and people are seeing you for you. And you said you slapped me yesterday? I was dreadful. I know I was. And I'm ashamed of everything, but coming after my life and my family? Yes, I slapped you on your face one time. Name a girl who hasn't slapped a huge asshole. That's your defense. My girlfriend slapped me after I used her. Not once does he claim in his new story of quote-unquote she hit me regularly, quote-unquote she slapped me all the time. This is because it didn't happen. I'm not coming after your life or family. Why are you getting like this with me? I'm not being aggressive here or trying to downplay how you feel, and I know you think I'm the worst C word alive, because you need to see how weird that is for you to now turn this on me and try to stop me from speaking out. Okay, I have tried to make it clear, maybe a million times, that I don't want to do that. You're literally saying all of this to tell me that's what you have on me. Alice, this is so upsetting. Why are you talking to me like that? And that's quote-unquote your side. Complete wank. I don't want to side. You do. Goodbye. I don't want to talk about this. Wait, he's the one that brought it up though. What? He's the one that messaged her about this. What? I don't want to talk about this. Please, let's just say it's done and move on with our lives. No more dragging it out. You're dragging it out. You made this happen. He's literally the one going into details, messaging her and pushing this further, and now he's saying, oh, I don't want to talk about this. Just promise me we'll leave each other alone. Saying dumb stuff like I hit you to people, that's gonna make me speak out. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm talking to you privately. Cause you're just straight manipulating. Go away. I'm not manipulating anything. You are, actually. You said you slapped me. And? How? Have I lied to you here about what I've done? Does it not take like 2 seconds to look up what the word manipulation means? Have I not apologized? You act like I just deny it. Bro, you change your story every 5 seconds, actually. I agree with Alice, you're being manipulative, but that's just my opinion. You dragged me and put me in headlocks and kicked me, but it isn't true. I want to be honest and open with you so we can live. Wait, so is he saying what she just said isn't true, or is he continuing his conversation from, you act like I just deny it, but it isn't true? I think it's the latter. You aren't being that at all. Okay, you're tiptoeing. Well, now I understand why you're angry, and now I want you to leave me alone. Alice clarifies what I just mentioned a second ago. What I mentioned, he's saying, but it isn't true after his message. You act like I just deny it before anyone tries to spin that. He has since deleted many messages, once admitting to dragging me, when he now claims in his video that it didn't happen. So yeah, she adds further weight to what I just mentioned, basically saying, but it isn't true, is just a continuation of what he was saying. Again, they're messaging each other at the same time. The text bubbles are frustrating, and in this situation, it absolutely creates the possibility for things to get a little twisted. I'm glad she clarified that, and that's her statement on this. I'm sure if he wanted to rebuttal, he probably could say, no, I was saying it isn't true that I dragged her, but she mentions this so many times. It's not like a one and done situation. Several other times this is brought up and he either doesn't address it or is very vague. I've avoided some stuff because you will think I'm apologizing to save face, because you're making it sound like I you. So yes, I'm going to put that straight, because you're literally belittling everything you did to me to try and tone it down. Avoided what? And make us sound mutual. Saying stuff like, okay, you feel like I'm being unfair. I'm sorry for that. No, I feel like you're trying to save yourself and make your side sound valid. Alice continues in this document, and I still stand by what I say here. In his video, he has denied all physical abuse he had given me, which is inconsistent as I have voice messages of him admitting to kicking me, which I will add on to this. He has tried to make it out I begged for voice notes to use against him. This wasn't the case at all. I just never wanted to call him, and he kept saying he needs me to call to say sorry or explain things. If I wanted to save myself, wouldn't I still be talking to everyone and telling them I only spoke the first time because they added me to the call and didn't tell me why? I was totally shocked. I then went home to be alone, and I told them I didn't want to talk about it because I didn't want to upset Alice. Okay, something to clear up. I mean, good. Why would it upset me? Tell me the truth, not your weird-sided story. It's that people ask me for a side. That's what I have an issue with. Then say what happened, not your side. Tell what happened, not your side. I did. I only talk about it with a therapist now, and I showed them my phone. You say what happened. You were a horrible person to me. They've seen everything, and I deeply regret it. You didn't do that. All your texts, yeah, they've seen it, yeah. Again, I was reading that a little bit out of order with the back and forth, just to remind you. I told him he didn't do that because I didn't believe he actually showed them what he really said and did, which is now confirmed to me as in his diagnosis, it mentions he denied any physical acts he made on me. And she shares part of the risk assessment, which is in his video, stating risk to self, past binge drinking, risk to others, denied present or past history of physical aggression to others, past history of verbal aggression to former girlfriend. So yeah, in the statement it does say he denied any physical aggression. Meanwhile, in text messages and voice notes, he admits to being physical with her. Interesting. Risk from others, no current risk. Past relationship with a partner. So is he trying to spin her as the abusive partner, not just to his YouTube audience, but also his therapist? There's texts of him admitting to kicking me. He says it was to quote unquote get my attention and a joke. There's a voice note admitting to kicking me, and there's many times where I bring up the same story of him dragging me. He did those things. I am going to play that voice note, and by the way, I want you to know, if need be, I can re-upload all of the voice notes in one concise unlisted video, maybe, if somebody hasn't already done that. If somebody did already do that, I will try to find that and link their video. I'm not going to play every single voice note in its entirety. I'm going to share the parts that are most important because some of them are extremely long, and if you would like to listen to the full voice note again, I will either find a re-uploaded version on YouTube and link it, or I will upload a unlisted video myself and link that down below. On top of that, I will also link the document that has all of the voice notes so you can listen to them. The reason why I'm mentioning re-uploading or finding a re-uploaded version is in case anything happens to this document, we have a backup. So let's listen to that voice note now.
I am sorry on the last night that you were here that I got angry at you and I pushed you and then I kicked you in the behind when you walked away from me. It's not acceptable. I thought at the time that I was being, like, jokey, but not in, like, a nice way. It was mean. It was rude. I was doing it to be like, oh, come back. And it's pathetic behaviour, and it's not acceptable. And I knew, more importantly, how that would affect you. The action, I knew that it would annoy you. I knew it would upset you. I didn't realise how much it would upset you, but that's not an excuse for why I did it in the first place, because I opened up that situation to get worse. I made it worse. I didn't stop myself. I did something in the moment, and I justified it by saying in my head, like, oh, you know, and then, you know, I said, like, oh, and then we can, oh, it'll be like, she will turn around and be like, oh, no, you're an idiot. And then we, you know, hug it out like it's some form of movie.
Alex legitimately thinks that after everything that happened, they could just hug it out like an episode from The Office.
Hug it out. That is what men say to each other after a fight. They hug it out, and in doing so, they just let it go.
Continuing back to the texts, yeah, because I can't get better if I'm not honest. But that's not really your business anymore, and I shouldn't be telling you. Then own it and stop messaging me. Say sorry publicly. I don't know what you want to do. Just go away. Why publicly? Because of why you're messaging me. But why do you want that? You need to leave me alone, Alex. I mentioned to him to say sorry publicly, meaning to settle the TikToks I had made, not threatening anything else here or telling him I'm coming out. This was the reason for him messaging me, was the concern of the backlash he could receive after my TikTok I made about being treated like crap by a past ex, no name mentioned. Okay, well, last thing, I hope we can move on from this. I will when I'm ready. That's okay. I don't care what you do. Do you think the public speculation is needed? It makes me feel like I have to talk to you. I know how you spoke about me to other people, calling me crazy and stuff. I don't care, to be honest. It's true, so it's not like I've confirmed it's about you or named you or gone and made a video on you. Yeah, I know. You don't need to talk to me. You need to go away and own what you did. Well, I had been. Cool, keep it up. It's so true, so is in response to his message calling it public speculation. I believe she's referring to what she had mentioned in the TikTok she'd made. She had made TikToks talking about a past ex, but in the TikTok videos she hasn't named him as far as I'm aware, though there was speculation in the comments. This is what I'm trying to say. Goodbye. So is this done then? Can we go our separate ways now? Did that months ago. I'm not trying to invalidate you here, making you feel like this was even or needs to be even. I just wanted to message you to see if I could make it not this. Do you think we can leave it here? I won't message you if you repost anything or if anyone else said anything. And it's not about anything more than it's been 4 to 5 months now. Are you asking me to basically not confirm it's about you? What do you want me to say to that? I get it. You're talking to me like I'm even ready to talk about you to anyone. No, I'm sorry, I don't think that. Is that how this comes across? Man, that's not my intention. I need you to leave me alone. You are adding to my 13 reasons. Okay, well, I appreciate you responding. I won't again. Unfortunately, Alice does, in fact, respond again. I get it, though. It's a frustrating situation. I just wanted to understand it. Goodbye. Alice then shares a screenshot she received from a former housemate of his. This is a transcript I received from a housemate of his. Firstly, I am so sorry to hear about all that happened to you. Nobody deserves that at all, and I hope you're in a better place now. I've written down what I've heard through the little grate in the wall from what I assume was a Discord call he was on with you. All the stuff he said to us, we confronted him with, and he crumbled and had no real answer and we left it. But I never got the chance to speak with him about what I heard him say to you. I thought about messaging to see if you were okay, but obviously didn't know you very well at all, so I didn't want to get into your business if you were moving in, etc. Also, obviously didn't and haven't said anything online because if you want to, it's your place to do so. We all wised up pretty quickly after that, and he's had a pattern of picking up people and them realizing what he's like and moving on. The green text, which I assume is Alice, says, "It's okay, I'm not going to be mentioning anyone's names or other stories, just me and mine." Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, well, I'll send over what I heard. I tried to write it down as I heard it and not fill in any gaps. And this is the transcript, I assume, what Alice is referencing to. You're effed up. Shut the F up, man. Oh, you effing bitch. F you. I'm not doing this. You dumb effing whore. Just shut the F up. You're effing unbearable. You're so irritating. Because you couldn't stop yourself, you effing C-word. I am, you C-word. Now shut up. Jesus. If you were smart, if you were clever, you'd have said sorry straight away. I'm gonna effing bash your could've been my head against the wall if you don't shut the F up. Is that referencing the brick clip, or did he say this multiple times? I felt like you intentionally disrespected me. If I had showed that to anyone, I know they'd say, what the F is that idiot doing? You're autistically, and that's not an insult. That's the best way I can describe it. You're autistically hung up on this. Wow, Alex. Nice. I'm right. I've been right the entire time. Effing such a C word. Such an unbearable little. Oh my god, you're like an actual. This is driving me insane. You are the problem. You've made me a worse person. The conversation the other day, you called me a C word. Yeah, I called you an unlovable, but you called me a C word. Meanwhile, there's transcripts of him calling her that too. I think you've caused so much damage, it's unfixable. I don't think you're actually trying to fix this. And then he calls her the N-word. Shut the F up. Effing hell, shut the F up. Close your mouth. You gaslit me for an hour. I'm right, you're wrong, that's it. I stopped myself, but I was going to say pattern up, you effing silly bitch, but I didn't. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Okay, so all of my European followers out there, please let me know if this is accurate. I googled it and it says it's a synonym for fix up, basically meaning to like improve yourself. Is that what that means? I've never heard that saying in my life. About me not wanting to be near him, I pushed him away from me in bed as he was trying to cuddle and be close to me after everything he had done to me. I was holding a grudge for a very long time after the night he dragged me to the floor. This is why I was toxic after. Not once in these messages does he claim the donkey kick to his head, because that is a lie. I was holding you to standards I wasn't holding myself. And I just told myself you don't want to touch me or be near me because I got fat or my skin infection. We never talked about this, but I was embarrassed to be next to you. I feel like a freak. It wasn't you, because I know that upset you. Okay, hold on. This is a huge thing because in his video, he claimed that she in fact did not want to be near him because he had gained weight and because of his skin infection. He made it a good point in his video to say that she was like repulsed by his skin infection.
I've had a skin condition since 2021 that was brought on by stress. This skin condition would cause me to have full body itching episodes when I was touched, pushed or hit, and it made it very hard for me to sleep. I was told by my doctor to try and avoid stressful situations and to stay dry and avoid warmth as it was seemingly making it worse. This is why I would sleep with no shirt on. When we first started dating, it was minimal around the stomach area, but a few months into our relationship, it had spread to my entire body. Throughout my time with Alice, it got worse, and the stress of our relationship and other issues I was having at the time were having a huge effect on me, and Alice was aware of this. Originally, she seemed supportive, but it quickly became something that she would use to hurt me. Alice started by calling me fat and texting in person, and this was because she wanted me to keep my shirt on because she did not like my illness and she didn't want to see it or be around it. We were in bed together and Alice told me when I took my shirt off that if I was going to do that, then she wanted me to sleep downstairs.
Whereas in these text messages, he's saying, oh, I convinced myself that's why you didn't want to be near me. And using the language, I just told myself you didn't want to touch me or be near me because of my skin infection, implies that as he was reflecting on it, he was wrong. In other words, acknowledging that wasn't the truth. And Alice elaborates in her response saying, I didn't want to touch you because you hurt me and was mean to me. He said, yeah, I saw that and that's how I see you. That's how I see you as a person and I didn't want to be near it. That was a personal thing, I want to say. I really didn't care about anything else. Alice then provides a screenshot from Alex's video, which was a screenshot from Alice's first document that she posted. And the screenshot states, we had the worst arguments I've ever experienced with anyone, but after the move, it became even worse. On the fourth day of living together, on the 19th of October, he had taken it to the next level and got physical in a fight. It started as a screaming argument where I begged him to leave me alone and just stop. I ended up trying to get away from him and he followed me. I went to walk downstairs and he grabbed my hood and pulled me back until I fell on the floor. He told me that I'm not getting away, so I got up and made a run for the bathroom. He gets in my way, grabs me, puts me in a headlock, and covers my mouth because I'm screaming for him to get off of me. I got to the bathroom and locked it behind me, and he screams from the other side calling me crazy, telling me to leave the house after I asked him to leave me alone. So again, that was from the previous document Alice made, which Alex put in his video as a way to discredit her due to some dates. But Alice states in this new document, in his video he instantly says this statement here is a lie, that it didn't happen, and that his proof of this not happening was because I didn't text him about it on that day. We lived together. I didn't need to text him immediately after, but I did text him multiple times after the event happened on different days that he does not show. This is inconsistent and a lie on his part. There is no accountability taken for this argument, and it's heartbreaking to hear it be called a lie by the man who did it. This was one of the main events that turned me sideways. After this happened, I went to the point of avoiding him and not wanting to be around him. Alice then provides screenshots of texts where she keyword searched the words dragged me? And on her end, there are a list of texts that appear. On March 7th, 2024, she wrote, "You dragged me, day 2 of living with you." On February 8th, 2024, this isn't August, it's February, the month is in the middle. "I did stop. I was walking away. The only reason you started screaming was because you dragged me on the floor, idiots. Okay, I was still gonna leave. I told you to never do something like that again since you dragged me." On January 14th, 2024, "You literally kicked me, dragged me, covered my mouth, put me in a headlock." On December 29th, 2023, she wrote, "You broke me the day you dragged me. I never got over it. You dragged me on the floor when I was walking away. You've dragged me." On November 22nd, 2023, she wrote, "I didn't sign up to be dragged by my boyfriend in an argument physically, to be shouted at, scared." His excuse for doing this was that I can't be screaming in a rented house and that he had to do something to stop it. When in reality, the screaming from both ends wasn't stopping, so I tried walking away. Alex never liked when I dismissed something like this by walking away for the moment or not talking at the time, as I needed to get away and breathe. That was when he grabbed the hood of my dressing gown, pulled me, and I fell to the floor. He's in my face at this point telling me not to go anywhere, and that's when I get up to get to the bathroom, in which he stops me, holds me in a headlock, and at this time, yes, I am screaming. He covered my mouth and told me to stop screaming. I got him off of me and locked myself in the bathroom, where he continued to scream at me, calling me crazy, telling me to move out after what he had just done. This happened. His reasoning to do this was to shut me up, as he was scared to be kicked out of the house as it's rented. This happened in the AM. It was a stupid time. I can't remember if it was before or after sleep. So yes, going into the next day, I tried to move past this. I excused his actions because of my screaming and was still trying to process what had happened to me. In multiple conversations after this happened, I threatened that if he got physical again, I would leave. I tried leaving the situation and he did not let me. She provides a screenshot that was shared by Alex in his video. We have Alice saying, "That'll be the other one, the outside chairs. There's 2 deliveries." Then on October 20th, 2023, she wrote, "Pizza's in the kitchen. Alex. Okay, about to go out to the garage. Okay, come get your pillow for downstairs." This was at 5 in the morning. She wrote, "Bear is headed to war now" at 9:34, again, I believe in the morning. And then at 10:58 in the morning, she wrote, "What do you want from the shop?" Alex responded with, "It's here now, everything in." Alice states, "The screenshot he shares just proves we weren't in a good place because I was sleeping away from him downstairs." These were screenshots that in his video he was trying to say, oh, this incident never took place because we were texting each other and being cordial with one another. On October 22nd, 2023, Alex wrote, "Won't upload today, so I'll do chores in a second, but still gotta edit." Alice wrote, "Okay, can help me with the living room. Also, just bought a few packs we can open together." She was talking about Pokemon cards. He wrote, "Haha, silly. I might stream it. I don't know yet. Let me show you the cards I like. Won't hurt. Should I get my own little book to collect them? They're only like $10. Again, more of his quote-unquote proof it didn't happen was the fact that I spoke about Pokemon cards with him 3 days later, when he is the one buying them trying to make amends. I think she meant to say amends. It's in his own screenshot. He always went the route of buying things to gain my forgiveness on multiple occasions. Instead of changing his actions and doing better, he threw money at our issues and moved on." More screenshots, which again, I believe are from Alex's video. "I'm not happy with you taking any more shit. You don't have to. You deserve better. Is bear on cat or kitten blink food now? Any blink D. And you're right. I'm not going to take any more. I just feel weird not leaving without saying anything when he's calmed down. I feel a bit stuck right now. You don't know anybody anything." The reason why my screenshots say today is because I took them to send to my friend. To say I finally had the bullocks to tell my parents, oh, it's with her parents, I'm sorry, what had been happening to me. It took me a lot to finally tell them that their daughter was going through this and didn't know what to do. Here are the texts between my parents and me, with the dates. This is the first time I'll ever tell them anything is wrong. So these are texts from November 27th, 2023, where Alice's mom writes, "Hi love, how's things? Miss you." Alice wrote, "Things are fine then bad, fine then bad." When I say fine, I mean I've not forgiven or feeling better, but I'll move on so he stops complaining and being mad that I'm upset from his actions. I've never wanted to leave somebody so badly or come home so badly. I can't help holding back tears whenever I think I'm coming home away from this hellhole. I'm literally on the brink of a breakdown whenever I see you and dad. I just want to be home. Alongside that, I can't believe I've been putting up with someone like this with no morals or human emotions, and he scares the shit out of me. Her mom writes, "Come home. It's not right and won't work out if he's not even willing to try. I don't want you being miserable and stuck there. You are supposed to be happy, free, and hopeful of the future. Thing is, he does these things than tries, and now he's trying and I don't want any of it. He crossed boundaries I never thought he would. If it feels wrong, it is wrong. Tell him how it makes you feel, including the fear. Don't swear or lower yourself to his level, and keep it simple, calm, and clean. Don't let him goad you into an argument. If he does, tell him you'll talk when he calms down. Okay, forget that. If he's gone too far already, I'll get Dad to collect you later with as much stuff as possible. I'm scared to even do that. Where is he now? Dad finishes work at 2, but he has his guitar lessons this afternoon, but it's free by 3:30, 3:45. He's upstairs. I just feel awful to leave no matter what's happened. Not like feel bad for him, but bad like he's gonna think it's out of the blue, but it isn't for me. I should have tried to leave when he crossed the line. We got in an argument and it got heated, like to the point he was grabbing me and he was shouting. I tried walking away and he pulled back onto the floor and said, "Don't walk away from me." After that, I ended up locking myself in the bathroom, him calling me crazy. I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone. I just wanted to cry. That sounds like a nightmare. Try coming home without breaking up. Go up at the weekends or for a few days here and there. Cool things off a bit and get some perspective so you both decide on what to do. The amount of times he's broken up with me and told me to leave in arguments is unreal. You're supposed to be happy. It being calm just isn't gonna happen with him. I haven't been happy for months. This guy is the worst guy I've ever dated. I don't know why I date somebody who's such a mean guy, genuinely mean human, like grumpy old man guy. His words mean nothing to him. He lies about apologies and laughs after, doesn't mean anything he says. If I bring something up, he will act like a child. If I so dare to have any emotions, he will argue. If I said, "Oh, this made me sad," he'll argue. And I don't want to live with a guy where I have to suffer in silence or be quiet. That's literally hell. He wants a little minion to love and need him. He tells me I need him. He is Satan. He needs you to need him? F off. It isn't 1935. And he broke my glasses last argument for no reason and hid them. I hadn't been planning on using this in a document as he claims. This was for me and my personal circle and had let them know I finally told my parents. He keeps claiming this never happened and I guess he will never own up to it, so I'll leave that there. Alex claims that on this night we argue over him being in bed where he says donkey kick his head and neck is the night where he dragged me saying he grabbed me. This whole story he tells is fabricated and 2 different nights. He also mentions the cat situation again and slips up saying he is in bed talking to the cat when the quote-unquote cat situation happened when we were in the kitchen. He uses screenshots constantly from different conversations to create new ones. That's actually insane. Here's a conversation where he takes me calling him horrible names and cuts out context to add it to his new story. Like I had said many times, everything I ever said to him was a reaction to crappy things he had said to me first. This was a massive trigger to me as I begged him to stop insulting me. She shares screenshots. Can we forget about this? Hi. Yeah. Add me back. Did you leave the server? Yeah. After I said don't leave if we fall out? Yes. Okay. Sorry, you're single. Properly mean it, like for real. Not taking it back. It's over. Does he mean not taking it back? Alice wrote, I was telling you how to stop. I can't juggle you and Lewis. I said stop insulting me. Single. I'm fully too stressed out. Cause I don't want to be told to die. After the sorry message we called and it by no surprise went crappy. You are on your period, like it's too much. Wow. You're not helping. Wow. And you don't understand. You're done. Otherwise, you'd have dropped it. No, it's not my period, you asshole. I'm done. It's you. I broke up with you just now. It's over. I dropped it once you stop insulting me. I mean it. You fat No, Alice, it's over, it's done. We're done. I'm not talking. We won't speak again. You asked how to stop it. I said stop insulting me and it's done. With everything going on, you had to keep going. Stop it, Alex. No, you asked me how to You've overestimated how much I could take. I said to stop insulting me. No, you know what you did. I'm not arguing, I'm telling. I said stop insulting me. You say told me to Since this began, you stopped me getting out of it. No, call me. You've kept me here. Call me, call me, call me, call me. No, Alice, no way. Call me, call me. You said how to stop. I said how. I don't want to be kept in an argument. I won't shout. No, this isn't. I'm getting ready to go out, and I'm single. You asked how, and I said how. All of this is too much for me. I want to be alone with everything happening. I can't afford more stress in my life. I tried telling you. You've pushed someone on the edge. You told me to die. You called me a dumb again. I needed you to stop. You were being effing stupid. Just stop insulting me and it's over. Just stop being mean, I said. Yeah, what about when we weren't arguing? You thought you could stop me from saying sorry. You asked how to stop this. I said stop insulting me. You told me to Guys, it sounds like there was an argument where he was insulting her and Alice asked him to stop and he didn't, and instead he told her to die. That's what I'm getting from this conversation. Just a hunch. She's trying to get through to him, sharing the same story, and he's just going and going and going and going and going and spiraling. And she's just saying, listen, this is what happened. You asked me how to stop it. I told you how to, and you're still going. From everything provided in this document, unless some crazy twist Uno reverse card is pulled, this guy is insufferable. So you could get your full satisfaction and it backfired. Should have taken the sorry. You didn't. Now you're single. You said you didn't mean it. I don't care now. This shouldn't be happening. Gave you ample chance. It shouldn't. You only had to stop insulting me. Gave you that chance. You've effed it. It's over. I literally said I'm sorry again. You effed it. You kept insulting me. And you say something. You said you didn't mean it. I don't F anything. 'Cause you told me to. I'm done. You called me a dumb. Again, not even worth discussing that. Okay. Oh yeah, no, Alex, it's fine. When you call her names, it's not worth discussing. But if she calls you fat when your BMI is like -12, by the way, that's why. Insults. It's hurt me a bunch. Okay. I'm sorry it's hurt me so much. I'm sorry I shouted. I said sorry, you dumb. You don't mean it. You said that. No, I don't. Stop. F off. No. Not so fun the other way around. Couldn't stop. You just had to go along with it. You couldn't stop insulting me. Moron. Now F off. Your concept of time is shit. I didn't say sorry, you butch, did I? F off. No, but you literally just called her a dumb 2 minutes ago, so not worth another word. I want to talk when you're feeling better. If you're done, can you stop your address? I need my things. I think she meant to say send. I'm going to remove you off of everything. I can't do this. You had to stop. That's it. I need something to give. You only had to stop. You had to stop insulting me. You clearly don't have the patience, and neither do I. I do. I'd rather be alone for a whole. That's why I'm here. No, man. Forget it. What's your address? You can't just like fix stuff. I'll pick up my things. You don't let me. Been a constant problem that you can't do the making up, but always been terrible. I tried calling, you leave. You love holding the grudge. Calling and then giving attitude. No, I want to hear you mean saying sorry after telling me to die. My ex-girlfriends would change their tone and try to fix it. That was good. Never lasted more than a sentence. You told me to. But you are a different gravy. He's trying so hard to sway from this argument, and she's not letting him, which good for her for sticking to this. She keeps going, you told me to. You called me a dumb. Something you said you'd never do again. Hits different. He says effing hell regard. I'm sure he typoed that word regard and probably wanted to say something else. That's my assumption. Coming from you, so yeah, it hurts. I need a minute to get over it. I said it can all stop if you stop the insults. You left the call before I could say it. Just admit you can't and it won't change. I can't what? You have to fight. No, I don't. Man, I know I effed up. I want you to stop insulting me. That's it. I said sorry. You wouldn't drop it. And I'm sorry I said leave. Now we're done. I said stop insulting me. You couldn't stop insulting me. You didn't stop. I said sorry again. You wouldn't stop. You wouldn't drop it. And I said thanks. I said it can stop. No, if you stopped insulting me. Alex keeps saying no. You delusional. I said thanks. I don't know what bit you're trying to say sorry to. You just made it up, but thanks. Go away, psycho. That happened. Stop being mean. Just stop. You're the craziest woman I've met. Genuinely. Seriously, Alex? Monkus? Head is not screwed on. It is. Man, your boyfriend is at the lowest point. You gave him aggro over a game because you're a I said I don't know what bit and you told me to I didn't. I said leave. Then you won't let him apologize. You're a moron. Wait. Okay. So she's the one at fault because after calling her a bunch of insults and names, you're mad that she's not jumping into your arms after you say sorry. Jesus. Okay. I said why. We spoke. I don't care why. I forgave it. You should have shut it. I wanted to move on. I wanted it to stop. I don't forgive you. You don't forgive it. What the And you didn't stop insulting me. You told me to. I cannot imagine like saying to anybody's face, but let alone the person who I'm supposed to love more than anything in the world, to die. That's insane. That's morbid. All the other stuff aside, that alone is horrifying. You made it a big deal. Yeah, bro, that's a really big deal. You shouldn't be telling anybody to do that, let alone your partner. You shouldn't be saying things like that to her. You told me to die. Stop saying that. It's a big deal. For sake is what I assume he was trying to say. You called me a dumb. It's a big deal to me. I'm sorry I shouted at you. He responded to, you called me a dumb. with, let's break up. No, I want to break up. I don't love you. Really, Monkus? I want to break up. You don't mean that. I want to be single so I could deal with my stuff alone. I was trying to get this all done before I went out. Everything was fine. You dragged it on. You effing unobservant R-word. You just need to stop insulting me. Shut up. You needed to shut up like 6 times. Just go, yeah, I know you're having a hard time, but you can't. I'm sorry. No, you're not. It's fine. I did. I said I'm sorry you're going through it. I am. I know you wanted to cry about it. I'm crying like now. I don't know if she meant to say no or now. The league stuff, I get it. Can we talk now? No, I get it. I'm saying I get it. No, that's not it. I said I don't want to argue. All you had to do was go, I forgive you, I know a lot is going on. No, Alex, you are not entitled to her forgiveness after lashing out and calling her names. If she forgives you, that's her choice. I think she wrote, I said I don't want to get aggravated or something along those lines. I said this. I said I forgive you and I want to leave it. I was trying to help, but you kept interrupting because you're not good at making good outcomes. I've said it so much. You're awful at it. You create more problems. I said so much that I want to drop this and I forgive you. I literally went straight to saying sorry, but it's too late now. I said so much that I want to drop this and I forgive you. She sent that 4 times. I genuinely don't want to be single with everything going on. I can't risk speaking to you. You're a bomb. I'm not. I am when you tell me to die. I said this can all stop. Just stop insulting me. I wanted this all to stop. I said I forgive you and I want to drop it so many times. I said it so many times to stop. I'm the one who comes up with fixes. You haven't tried. I did. Info, let's call and put it behind us. I said I want to drop it so many times. You just go on, I think he tried to say. I have, just now. Let's drop it. Not the same. You kept leaving. I said I don't want to argue when you left. It got to a point where I can't even tell what he's trying to say. Yes, I don't know. You suck genuine. Wow. I don't know what we're talking about, girl. I don't know what we're talking about either at this point. I cannot decipher what he was trying to say there. Probably some sort of insult. I don't know what we're talking about, if we've gone to the beginning or not. Because if you actually don't know, then I want to break up because you're stupid. I didn't know. I thought you were on about the beginning. You were single. I don't know. You kept talking about it from the beginning, so I thought you were saying sorry about that. You're an actual moron. You kept saying that. Do you know how hard all of this is for me? You take it for granted, me coming back on, trying to compose myself. Then you stick the needle in further. Why? You trying to compose yourself is something you think other people take for granted? Dude, if you think like that, you should probably be put in a padded room, especially considering the videos and clips we've already seen. You kept saying it from the beginning, so I took it as you talking from the start. No apology now, anyway. You erased it. I said to stop insulting me. That's all I did. Yeah, I did, but you wouldn't accept the apology. You told me to die. After. I did. I said I forgave you so many times. Read up. I did. I said I forgive and I want to drop it. I didn't want to argue. Saying it and doing it different. I didn't want to escalate. I did. Then you carried on insulting. I did. I forgave you. Every time I say sorry, you dig me. You told me to. Oh my god, I feel really bad. It's like talking to a wall, really. Some people you just can't get through to. Oh my god, did you forgive me or not? What am I meant to do? You're stupid. Yes, I did. For telling me to shut up. The whole thing. I did. I hate you. Is this your way of fixing stuff? Do something. Say something. Fix what? Say a way to fix it. What do you think? In between that, Alex unsent a message. You said you don't love me anymore. Are you a spastic? You said we're over. Okay. What the F can I fix? Yeah. I tried calling, so don't text me now, man. I called. I want to call. He wrote XX and TY. No. I tried calling to fix this. I said I don't want to argue, and you left. Don't speak to me again. I'm sorry. I effing hate you for this. Unforgivable. I've wanted to drop this and tried. I'm like, so done. No, it's over. This is nothing. We're over. This is tiny, really. I hate talking to you. No understanding at all. I do. No. I know you have so much. I just listened and understood you. I know. Please stop pushing me away. My heart hurts. Like, please. Good. I've tried stopping this. You're a moron. You think you feel sick? I feel sick constantly, every day. I know you have so much going on. No, idiot. You do not. I do. You do not. I've seen it. I do. I've been with you this whole time. I'm sorry. I needed to be heard. I'm sorry. I forgave you. Man, it was me just saying shut up to something that came across abrasive. I wanted to drop it so many times. I was apologizing. You stopped that, hence making making it a big deal. I said why. I wanted to be heard. I don't care why. Just listen to me. It wasn't worth making it worse. No, it wasn't. I wasn't trying to. You don't think. It didn't need to be made worse, even if I was talking or not. I was going to argue that you pissed me off. Thought about it. Thought it wasn't worth just us to ending and carrying on. Moved on. On the game, you can't do that. Yes, by saying leave. I didn't do that. I'm sorry about saying that. I dropped it. You're not getting my point. And I actually am. I do. I get you didn't bring it up. I dropped it. You ignored it. I know. Yes, I just think you're autistic. Jesus Christ. I'm not. And don't understand any of it. So he's using autistic as an actual insult. Yet in his video, he claimed the contrary and said it was Alice calling him autistic, right?
Alice believed that I was on the spectrum and would call me autistic and bullied me when I tried to discuss the in our relationship. Alice would continually call me autistic, so I changed the way that I would try to discuss stuff in our conversation and arguments just so I could get a response.
Like, what's actually worth causing a fuss, etc. I just want to be heard. We're on different pages. Yeah, permanently. I caused a fuss because you insulting me is deep to me. I needed you to listen. Before that, yes, the shut up was deep. For F's sake, man. I tried talking before the apology. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have. Can't even be stressed around you. You can, though. With everything going on, no. You know you can. Just don't insult me. I'm saying I can't. Being stressed and insulting me is different. I said I'm sorry about the way I said to leave the game, and I actually am. You know you weren't being helpful. You were being pissy at me. No, I just wanted to leave the game because I didn't want to make it a bad experience. It was turning into crap and I wanted to stop it. Wasn't a big deal to me, but now it is. I didn't want you playing it if it was just pissing you off like that. Nah, it got on your nerves. I shouldn't have said it the way I did. No, it didn't, genuinely. You do it loads. I didn't want to be playing if I was making you upset. That's it. I was just in a bad mood today. That's okay. I just didn't want to be playing and making it worse. I'll be joking and you make it serious. Do it loads. I just didn't want to play if it was really upsetting you. That's it. And then I do, and we're fine. Get in a mood with me, won't kiss me back, etc. I just thought you were doing it again. No. So I told you shut up. I didn't want to play if I was upsetting you, because it's annoying to be carrying everything. And you bit at me. I got upset, especially with all of this. I shouldn't have said it the way I did. I'm sorry for that. And I should have just let you say sorry, then talk. Anyway, I'm nearly at football, but I was set on talking first. It meant a lot to me. If we talk about this, you better come with a good attitude. One where it comes across like the goal is to walk away happy in your voice. The does that mean? I don't want to bother you more than I have this morning. In your words, not stupid attitude, not digs, not one-word sarcasm, okay? Yeah, good. But please take your time. We can talk way later. We'll go so quick. Do what I want, man. You need some space and I don't want to F up. I'm under max anxiety with everything. Yeah, I'm not helping. I want this done, sorted, finished, whatever the outcome, and I want it done fast. So do I, but I want a good outcome. You decide what it is, but what you say, think about it. If you come to argue, it's so done. I think he meant to say so done. No arguing. Man, I'm so emotionally at zero. You do not get it. Start trying to catch up and deal with me accordingly. Anything is going to F me up, annoy me, upset me, because I'm already at zero. So let me just play games how I want to. Yeah, sorry. I hate the fact that you're having sorry. I just don't want it to be unnecessary stress. It was my fault, but with everything considering, just let me say sorry and move on. I don't want to dwell on Yeah, of course. I love you, idiot. Please, though, give me an easy ride. The easiest. F, I feel dreadful. Are you okay? Dumb question, I just thought I'd ask. Sorry. 'Cause of the weather. I don't care about earlier. Just forget it. Are you up? Only just. Sleep unless you want to talk in 5. No? Yeah. He claims in his video that his fungal skin condition gets worse because of me and that I hated him having his shirt off because of this. This isn't true. I didn't ever judge Alex for this, and I even helped him try to get better. I helped him put on his cream daily. Not once do I shame Alex for this, and there isn't any proof of his lies. He then said this is why I quote-unquote kicked him and called him fat. I'm sorry for using words that are body-shaming insults like fat, but I never actually meant these words. I meant my breaking point and retaliating. In no way was I doing it because I was sick of Alex being a certain way. Alex isn't fat. I just used the word in my insults, for example, fat wanker. This dude is very, very thin from all the videos that I've seen at least. So, I mean, when she says Alex isn't fat, I believe that she believes that. I said I go just as low as Alex, and getting verbal from Alex in every argument is enough to push me there. I'm sorry if this offended anyone. The more I read these messages, the less I am eager to criticize Alice for actually saying some mean things to him. I'm not excusing everything she said, because there are some things that, yeah, she should definitely own up to, and she has. We've gone over some of it already. But when it comes to stuff like this, it's incomparable to what he's done to her. Now, does that automatically make everything she's done okay? Absolutely not. But she acknowledges this. When it comes to stuff like this, I think that it's not comparable at all. It's not fair to say that they were just as bad as each other. Okay, I got back in bed. It's cold. I need help later if you can, showing me where the stuff is on my back. It was stressing me out. Just wasn't sure if I got any of it, and it's making me worry. How come? What do you mean? I've got to put cream on it and get rid of it. I just couldn't do it well, and I want it all gone. It's getting worse. Yeah, don't worry, I'll help. It's just a cream you have to use? Yeah. No medicine thing? I take antibiotics. Okay. I got more today. It's just tanking my mental health. Looking at how much worse it's getting, actually, let's not talk about this now. Sorry. Bro, you're the one going on and on, but alright. No, I understand. I'll help you. Okay, thank you. It means a lot. Is it okay if I try to sleep an hour now? You won't be leaving soon. I think I'd feel better if I did. I am now on pills. I will call you when I'm out of here. I'm a sick man apparently, but it's nothing that can't be fixed. Everything okay? Can't get my prescription anywhere. I just went to try and get it. How come? Just not in stock apparently, the pills I need. When are they back? They're gonna order them for me. Okay, good. What are they for? This skin infection. Infection? Is that what this is? What Alex has is a fungal skin infection brought on from being unhygienic. He told me about his depressive past, where he didn't look after himself years before we met. He then goes to claim it got worse and was only itchy when I quote-unquote hit him. This again is a lie. His infection got worse as he avoided putting on his cream daily. I kept reminding him and helping him put this on, but he was lazy with it and wasn't consistent. He was also allergic to bear, as he is allergic to cats. That made his itching worse. The first time around where it started to clear up, he said he didn't need to use it anymore and it was quote-unquote gone, but I kept telling him to keep using it as it was still slightly there. Then it came back bigger and more itchy. I'm gonna pause here for a second because as somebody who is not a doctor but has grown up as a pretty sick kid and knows a thing or two about antibiotics, I'm pretty confident about this, but if I am wrong, please correct me in the comments down below. 9 times out of 10 when it comes to antibiotics, when it comes to anything actually that your doctor prescribes, take it as your doctor prescribes it. That's very important. But number 2, the reason why it is prescribed a certain way is, I'm just gonna throw out a hypothetical example. Let's say you have an infection, your doctor prescribes you medication for it and says you need to take this medication for 12 days, twice a day. And you get to day 9 or 10 and you notice that you're feeling better, things are getting easier, and your symptoms are minimal. And you're like, you know what? I think I'm gonna skip taking it today. Or maybe I'll only take it once today and I'll skip later. And then the last few days roll around and you forget to take the last few doses or forget to apply the last few bits of cream you have, however you need to take your medication, whether it's a cream or a pill or whatever it is. That can make it easier for whatever condition you have to come back. And it's because you didn't finish taking the medication as directed. And what's really scary about that is if you fail to do things correctly the first time, it can come back, it can get worse, and you might have to be put back on a medication again. And the thing is, when it comes to anything with antibiotics, you shouldn't really take them all the time. It's not something that you should constantly be on, because in many cases when it comes to antibiotics, your body can become used to it, and then it will no longer help you. Now, when it comes to antibacterial creams, I don't even know if this is an antibacterial cream or if it's just an itch relief cream. They just said it was a cream. Even if it's not an antibacterial cream, it should still be applied the way the doctor instructed it to be applied. And if he was neglecting that, that's on him. Here's the thing too, these are 2 totally completely different stories. Alex claims in his video that Alice absolutely hated the way his skin was, and his skin was like that because of her. He was stressed out from all of the that she caused, and the skin rash would appear whenever he was severely stressed. Alice, on the other hand, claims that not only did the not happen, but also this skin condition was an infection caused by him being unhygienic. So these are two totally different stories, and as we continue, there are a few things that I find interesting. Alex always told me in bed that he was itchy, and never once was this from anyone being physical. I was not. I didn't judge Alex for this, and I knew it was not contagious, so I did not care about it or him being shirtless, etc. I was with him for 8 months, staying at each other's houses and sleeping in the same. For him to now say when living together I switched up is a lie. She provides more screenshots from December 3rd, 2024, where she is replying to what he says, "I've started pills. You saw a doctor? I spoke to an online therapist. They told me to try ashwagandha for a bit. I've started getting heart palpitations from the stress. Doctor's next. Also for skin, I'm unbearably itchy now. Cream isn't working, mole needs checking. I'm allergic to the cats as well. They came to visit me though. Sorry, that's a lot of messages. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Ashwagandha. That's like a thing you can get over the counter, I'm pretty sure, at least here in the United States. And a lot of people do recommend it for certain mental health conditions. Apparently it can help with dry skin and rough texture and itchiness. But also, he is talking about stress here, and apparently ashwagandha can help with like stress and stuff too. But I guess if he's trying to say that the skin condition is from the stress, the therapist could be recommending the ashwagandha for the stress and also to help improve the skin. Anyway, Alice replies, hopefully not too allergic. That's sweet. Just the scratches. They make my skin sting. Yeah, not great. Bears did, to be fair. Just take the pills. Yeah, I bought new ones. It'll be fine then. She then provides another screenshot from, I'm guessing, a different platform. This looks like just text messages. Yeah, I'm just feeling a bit sick. Eaten? Skin is driving me mad. Oh, I'm like okay in that regards. Just itching a lot. Stresses me out. Are you taking your meds? Some good news. This screenshot confuses me because underneath, are you taking your meds? It says 2 replies. And then I'm assuming the reply here, because it has like a little curve, says some good news. So is that him saying yes? Or like that confuses me. Anyway, he claims that I said all of this to hide the fact that I apparently quote unquote slapped, kicked, and punched him throughout the relationship. That is a fabricated lie. I own up to all of my actions made, even directly to Alex in messages. When I pushed him off of me a few times, he made me uncomfortable and slapped him once. I'm not scared of owning up to the wrongs I've done, and slapping him was wrong. I know it was deep down, and I felt so much regret. To the point on that date, as I left his flat after slapping him, I rang up my friend instantly and told him what happened and what I had done. On the messages dated September 26th. I'm going right to September 26th. Everything's gonna be okay, I promise. Get yourself home and give yourself some time. Try not to talk too much or let either of you throw emotions at each other. Have a break from it and go back to it later. And you can see, she also provides a screenshot that she called them. She then provides another screenshot from what was originally her document and then put into Alex's document with the red underline. The underlined portion stating December 28th argued, kicked me as I walked away. I moved out after that day. During an argument, he broke my glasses and was silent about it until the following days I asked him to help me look for my glasses and he would not help. He would sit on the couch on his phone. I turned around to him and said, wouldn't it be funny if you broke them and hid it from me? Then he suddenly starts smiling and tells me that he did break them and had hid them from me days after. She continues in this new document. He claims proof of me lying about multiple stories is writing them down after I had moved out. But I wrote that last story in there as I've never included it, thinking it wasn't that bad. He states this last story is a lie, which is a lie, and I can prove that again. So let me reiterate that because that sounded a little confusing. She is claiming that he is lying about her lying. I know, it's a little confusing. This is a lot. He says writing any date on a notes app is in no way proof that it happened, and I will never claim it was proof. I mentioned that I wrote these things down to remind myself I needed to leave. So quickly, here's the proof he did break my glasses and lied about it in his video. On November 25th, 2023, a text conversation with somebody named Nathan starts out with Alice. Found out what happened to my glasses. He broke them on purpose and hid them. For F's sake, where'd you find them? That's not on at all. I said, I don't know where they are. I bet you broke them and hid them. He started laughing and admitted it on purpose. He needs to replace them, man. That's not on at all. She then provides more text between her and her mother, with her starting off, and the fact that he was screaming when Nathan was over. He heard it all. Yeah, I don't think he was right in the head. Nate's telling telling me about the glasses thing, and that is classic narcissistic. He would have been loving it, the fact that you and Nate were looking all over and getting nowhere. All it is women control. We'll get you out. He even got annoyed when I asked him to help me look for them. He helped me look. For glasses he knows he broke and threw away. He sent me money to cover it. Wow, money solves everything, eh? She also provides a screenshot with text messages between her and her dad on December 3rd, 2023. Do I have any letters? Also, can I get my glasses that I gave to you, the black and clear ones with the lost arm? Can I just tape that arm on? I'm desperate for glasses right now because he broke mine. Yes, you have a couple letters. What's your last prescription? Can you send me a pic if you have it? She also provides a screenshot of a statement or receipt, if you will, from November 27th, 2023, which says Bank Credit A Elmsley, effective date November 26, 2023, for $400. Underneath, she says this is the money he sent to replace them after admitting to me that he broke them. On the 28th, we argued and he kicked me. I told him if he was physical again that I would leave, so that is when I packed a few things and left. In my first statement, that is the video I attached of him screaming at me around the house as I'm packing to leave, which can be proven with messages from that date, as that seems to be important to him to make a point of proof. This will also debunk his claims of me threatening him with police. I did do that. Threats to post him being yes, I did do that because that's all I could do to make him stop. He was threatening to damage my belongings. I will include the whole conversation here, putting your PC outside in the garage and all your other stuff. And I'll post you being then, so maybe chill out for a day. I've had to cancel tomorrow. You've destroyed everything. For what? Because I'm meant to do everything for you? Insane. Don't come back. Can't believe you actually left over cleaning the kitchen. Put so much stress on me for nothing. So effing weird. Don't ever contact me again. I left the house because you kicked me and insulted me. If you put my things outside, I'm calling the police. And you actually then have a serious issue. I'm not putting it outside. It would be in the garage. Why would I want it in here? You left. For a night. What do you want me to do? Leave it all alone. So what, you're coming back? Can't believe you left over cleaning the kitchen is not why, and I say multiple times. He spins this in a way to make me look and sound crazy to the point it made me actually feel crazy. Context of this story is he planned his parents to come over the next day for dinner, so I started my day off with cleaning because I was the only one who did that. No, it wasn't a problem. He came downstairs thinking that I had an issue with him not helping. Not once was that said. He asked if I was okay, I said I'm fine, and got on with cleaning. This turned into an argument instantly after he claims that I was quote unquote pissed off when I literally just woke up and I'm trying to clean a kitchen. We argue and I can't remember what was said. He asked me to give him a few things he can do to help. I list 3 things. He screamed at me for giving him too many things at a time to do, and so I went silent. He's screaming and I try to walk away. As I'm walking away, he kicks me in the back. After that, I start recording and packing my things. He's scaring me because he was chasing me around the house screaming. That's why I started recording. This is why I left. And we have listened to this recording in the first video done on ImAllexx, but I will play a short clip just so you can get a refresher if you forgot.
Over what? I don't understand. It's not like you've got anything to be stuck up over. But for some reason something isn't good enough for you. You get to do whatever you want all day. It's like, and then you look like a miserable little p*** all the time. Like, your face is annoying to look at, like when I come downstairs. Like, I'm actually fed up of looking at you. Which is why I sleep downstairs, because I don't want to have to go upstairs and, oh, you're taking all the covers. It's like, woman just like asked me to buy another one or stop complaining. Like, nothing, the thing is, it annoys me, nothing needs to be an argument because everything is fixable. Buy a new duvet, I sleep downstairs. But no, you've always got to act like none of this stuff, because you don't actually try and fix any of your problems. Like, it's infuriating at this point. Like earlier, you're miserable about something in the kitchen. All you have to do is say what it is and it's fixed. It's fine. You don't clean up after yourself. Neither do you. So, we're even. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I don't go around complaining about everything that you don't clean up after. Why? Because you don't talk about it in your little brain. You don't even want us to pay for any of it. So, who really cares what you have to say? And what does it even matter? If you want to clean up, I'll hire one. It's my money. But this is the thing, even right now, you just ignore all of that. I'm giving you options for everything, you just ignore everything. You're not actually trying to sort out any of these problems. And if you've got problems with bins, man, why don't you call them? Why does it have to be me? You can call people, you can get it sorted, you can take them out if you want to. But no, because Alice doesn't actually do anything. I'm trying to right now, I'm spending pretty much every single day trying to figure out where £75,000 has gone. And whether I'm ever going to get it. And then any of my future YouTube revenue. Because the company's holding my channel hostage. So yeah, sorry I forget about to clean the side sometimes. I got bigger fish to fry. And I still have to post.
Go away.
You just don't think about it either.
Go away.
Fucking woman.
Go away. So are you. Ironically.
Huh?
So are you.
I tried to stop this like 7 times
Then you could
earlier.
have stopped. It was you. It was all you.
I tried to stop
Go
it.
away.
I did try to
Go
stop
away.
it.
Go away. Just go away.
Like, if you had to do half the shit I had to do, you would understand why loads of stuff doesn't get done. You don't even know.
Go away. Just go away.
You upload one
Go away.
half-assed
Go
video
away.
every 3
Go
weeks.
away.
It does
Go
terribly.
away.
What are you talking
Go away.
Well, I slept up here because you made me. I wanted to sleep downstairs so I could actually wake up on time today.
I didn't make you.
Yes, you did.
No.
You were throwing a fit.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Well, you can stop this right now.
Yes, shut up. You're following me. Going on. F off.
Leave it all alone and chill out. Think about the stuff you do. Am I meant to just be happy you're coming back? No, you didn't think this through. I didn't say that or that I was. You're making it worse. It's over. Threatening me. I haven't threatened you. It is, and I ended it. You did. It's my house. I don't need to keep your stuff in here. You said you're putting my $3,000 PC outside. In the garage. So do that, and you'll have the police at your door. What the F are you doing? It's you doing this, threatening me, etc. All I've done is walk away. Not true at all. You're still doing it. You're saying you're putting my things outside. Still going on. Oh my god. Okay, I can't effing deal with this. It's insane. Don't come back, man. I won't let you in. You don't have to. Leave my stuff alone. Then I'll ring the police? F off. Oh my god. F off. Leave my stuff alone. You actually try to make my life hell. What the F is wrong with you? Leave my things alone? I'm not. You've made mine hell. How? Being a and saying sorry? What the F? Still doing it, by the way. I haven't been at all. Still, you have. I'm not effing hearing this. You literally kicked me. No, man, you're insane. You've dragged me. You've covered my mouth. Oh my god. No, I haven't. Go away. So in these texts, he's actually finally denying it, but in previous texts, he wasn't. He goes back and forth. You've headlocked me. What the F? Don't you remember? I noted the date. Wait there. October 19th. You're insane. I'm done. Don't effing come back. You've dragged me on the floor when I was walking away. You're a crazy effer. Literally you. Reminding you as you seem to have forgotten how you are, and I forgave and forgave. Man, stay the F away from me, you psychotic freak. I'm not effing dealing with this. Keep going, it's adding to the report. You start stuff today? What the F? You did. You started today. Leave me alone. I was minding my business cleaning. You've destroyed everything. Seriously. Hope you understand no walking back from this. You did that by hurting me. I understand you have weird episodes, but I can't deal with this. You've fully gone off the deep end. You did this by being physical. You did that. I'm putting your stuff in the garage. You can come get it in a few weeks. I'm calling the police then. He doesn't want her to come and get her own stuff for a few weeks. She's entitled to get her stuff, dude. And if you're not allowing her to get it, then yeah, she does have a right to call the police. I didn't want it in the house. You what? I live here. Don't touch my things. You just left. Don't touch my things or I'll ring the police. You're making it worse. You can't leave and then hold my house hostage. I'm not. I'm getting it all tomorrow. So leave it alone. Pick up the phone. What the F? What the F are you doing? I hope you know you took it too far again by kicking me and I left you. What are you on about? What the F? Bye. Don't hit your next girlfriend. I didn't effing hit you. How are you doing this? You literally kicked me with my back turned. when I was walking away. Deny it. That isn't what happened at all. It did happen. He tried to take this into his own and make it seem like this was his decision, that I was the one freaking out and having episodes, and tries to take control of this situation by telling me he is leaving me. Stop hanging up. Why are you texting me all this? I don't owe you anything. Go away. You haven't talked to him about anything. Leave my things. I'm getting it all tomorrow. Bye. You throw a fit because I told you to talk to me because you were throwing rubbish everywhere. No, I didn't throw a fit at all. How am I not allowed to talk to you about that? I was literally fine. Yes, you did. I didn't. No, you weren't. What? But you die on that hill. You were freaking out. I told you what to do. You freaked out again. I walked away. You freaked out, kicked me. I said I'm done. You freaked out. I don't talk. You follow me and insult me. I say go away. You called me a C word. You then try saying sorry. After all that, after freaking out and kicking me and insulting me, I say thanks for apologizing. You said can't say I didn't try. That's laughable. You're weird. You're trying to destroy my effing life when I'm at my lowest point. You need help in therapy. Please do that for yourself. Haven't been paid. I don't care about your issues anymore. Bye. Forking out money for all your stuff and you repay me like this? You kicked me and called me a C word again, etc. I don't have to put up with you hurting me. I don't, but I did. That was unconditional. What the F? You are so clueless as to what you do because you're a narcissist. That's all. Me. That's your world. Just you. You shouldn't have kicked me and carried on. You should have stopped. Now you pay for it. Lay in the bed you made. I pay the effing price by dating someone as effing mental as you. Look in the mirror. It's you. You kicked me. You freaked out. You insulted. Stop effing texting me. Stay out of my effing life, making a big deal out of nothing. It's all about when it doesn't suit you. I try to get you to do anything and it's an effing fit. Stay the F away from me. You took this too far today, to a place you can't just walk back from. Over cleaning the effing house. You should have taken your stuff. Why leave it here? And not talking to me is insane. Not once. You're mental. And you didn't even communicate with me. Just went silent like a effing weirdo. I was just trying to talk to you. I don't understand why your brain ticks like that. Wow, bro. Oh my god, why won't you actually talk to me? She doesn't owe you anything. I want to know what I'm doing with your stuff, when it can be taken and where to put it, your clothes, etc. I want this over now. I'm not letting you drag it out like today. I've got stuff to do. I'm calling until you pick up. I'm getting it all tomorrow. Please leave it all alone in place. I will collect it tomorrow. Leave it all be and get on with your day. No, call me. It's 10 to 20 hours. Yes. What the F is going on? Why are you being like this? What the F? You're driving me absolutely mental. I was meant to see my family tomorrow. You've ruined it. I've had to cancel everything and then you leave? You can still see them and threaten to call the police? You kicked me. No, I effing can't. I can't effing see them. What the F? Also, he freaks out when she says you kicked me. He seemed so much more adamant about denying that he could see his family than he is denying every single time she said that he kicked her. You said you're threatening to put my things outside. In the garage! You don't get to effing ruin everything then run away. Just leave it all alone. Then tell me I can't do anything. No, man. It'll all be gone tomorrow. Thank you. I'm putting it outside. It's going outside. You've pushed me too far this time. It'll be at the front gate in a box. How dare you? You've done this on purpose. I don't know why, but you have. You actually just tried to F up the one day I see my family. What the F? Tell me what is actually happening here. So he's literally writing this in text that he is putting her stuff outside out the front gate. And then every time she says, if you put my stuff outside, I'm gonna call the cops. And then he's like, oh no, I'm not gonna put it outside. I'm gonna put it in the garage. It's in text, bro. It's in text. I need to make it clear that I was uncomfortable with my things, even being moved to the garage as it was raining. Everything was in its own room in my office. He didn't need to go in there and destroy and move everything like he did end up doing. It's not effing fair. Do you even have keys? You've completely misrepresented everything. I don't know what you're doing and it's freaking me out. I knew you were doing it earlier. Why? Like, why would you do this? Answer the phone and tell me what I'm doing with all of this stuff you've left on me. Or am I going to take it apart and put it in a box? Garage? Or leave it alone. Pick up. What are you doing? Why are you not talking to me? What the F? This is insane. Maybe because you're freaking out so badly in text that she probably doesn't want to get screamed at over the phone, dude. And it's very obvious that he is not just angry, but panicking because he is losing control in this situation. And he's trying to do everything he can to get control in this situation. That, I think, in my opinion, is why he's freaking out this way and threatening to put her stuff in a box and everything to try and scare her into calling him or working this out somehow. now. I've asked you to leave my things alone for the night. I've honestly never had anything like this in my life. Please do that. Thank you. Answer me. Why won't you talk to me? This is mental. I can't believe you effing left. Over the effing kitchen. Over your weird effing fits. You just had to talk to me, but you kept being rude. Pick up. Alright, man, you left me no choice. I'm throwing it out. I wanted to talk about this, but you're going to do this and drive me mad. I can put it all somewhere. You can collect it tomorrow. It's over. You've effed up enough stuff for me. Pick up the effing phone. For God's sake, before I move this stuff and you complain. I don't want to break anything, okay? You win. You effing win. You've turned me into a complete nervous wreck because you are being a effing stupid C-word. F, man, I hope it's worth it. You do nothing, ever. Do not come over tomorrow, or ever. Don't come back. You don't get to do what you did today and come back. You could have talked to me about the kitchen. You didn't. You tried to upset me as much as possible. I'm picking my PC up if you're putting it outside. Call, please. Why? Talk. Why? I need to. Already have, and you won't listen. Please. I'm coming to pick up my PC because I don't want to deal with the breakages. Call me. Come tomorrow. I can't do today. Why? I want to go to bed. You can do that. I have a key. No, man, I don't want you coming back when I'm asleep. I'm grabbing my PC. Or you can talk to me after you've threatened to put it outside. In the garage. No. Use those little thumbs of yours that you just used to rage out on her for the last 10 minutes and scroll up just a little bit to where you said you were going to put it out by the gate in a box. Not working. She says same thing. No, it is not the same thing. He said two different things. And I'm sure she knows this, obviously. He is constantly flip-flopping through this entire text message, and it's insane because it's literally written down. All you need to do is scroll up. This is unhinged. No. Ugh. I said leave my things alone. I'll unplug everything then. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Why? You're going to have to put your keyboard back together. Why is that? Keys came off. Why is that? Did someone smash it? When I put it in the box. No, man. They don't just come off. I took them off. They're pretty firm. Why? They popped off. They don't pop off. Stop, man. Unless someone makes them. I just told you I took them off. What's the issue? Why would you do that? I didn't want to break anything in the box and they were coming off. So you took them apart? He wrote, and I CBA to put them back on. I don't know if he was saying, and I can put them back on, or I tried to put them back on. I don't know. Anyway, they don't just come off. Okay, they did. I don't know what to say. All of them, yeah. Then I took the rest off. Weird AF. That's weird AF. Okay, man, cool. I guess so. Call me. Talking about what's weird. LOL, effing joke. I'll put your clothes out front in bags. Don't touch my things. Leave it all alone. I keep saying leave it all alone. Like you've threatened to put expensive stuff outside, you broke my keyboard, and now you're throwing clothes? Like leave my things alone. I didn't break your keyboard. I've asked so many times, leave it all alone. I asked you to talk to me, so no. You are not entitled to her talking to you on the phone. That is like a toddler not getting their way. I asked you to leave it all alone, so unlucky. Not very nice, is it? Dude, this guy is unhinged. Keep being Stay away from me in my effing house. You're adding to the fire. Stay away. F off. Get the F away. I'm getting my PC, thanks. I'm putting it outside then. You're not coming in. I am? Not without talking to me. You're not touching my other stuff. I'm getting it all tomorrow. You either talk to me or you get it from the garage. Why? So weird. Weird AF. And I will leave the door open. That's so weird. Leave my things alone. I keep saying, do I need to ring the police? Pick one. No. Like, genuinely. So he's literally demanding a phone call and threatening that if she does not call him or talk to him on the phone, that he is going to either damage her things or put them in a compromised position where they could be potentially stolen, ruined by the weather, God knows what else. And he knows what he's doing because you wouldn't be threatening somebody with something that wouldn't cause inconvenience or damage. This is just wild to me. He writes a bunch of ha-ha-has. Alice says, then leave it all alone. He writes, F me, what the F? She says, rather not. You psychotic little C-word. That's you doing this. It's going in the garage. Just leave my things. So not talk to me or open the first door. Okay, I'm calling the police. I'm going to be linking every voice message in this conversation. This is voice message 1. Let's take a break and listen to that message.
What the f*** are you doing? Leave me alone. Seriously, I don't know what the f*** you want from me. Like, but leave me alone. This is not f***ing cool and I don't like this. This is not f***ing okay. Stay the f*** away from me.
Leave my things alone then. Leave my property alone. It's not hard. You've already ruined my things. Leave it all alone. Not hard.
Like, just up and leave, like, for no reason, like, because you refuse to talk to me about, like, just cleaning the kitchen. I have to cancel all my plans. I'm going to spend all day talking to lawyers tomorrow because I haven't been paid for 2 months, and you're on purposely trying to drive me up the wall. Like, I don't want to see you if you're going to try and, like, mentally torture me. I don't understand what's so wrong about that. I want to put your stuff in the garage so I don't have to speak to you. You won't talk to me, so what do I have to do what you have to want me to do? It's not cool. You don't get to just with me, and then, like, I have to take it, like, earlier. Like, you wouldn't speak to me. You were being rude to me in the kitchen. You were insulting me. Like, what the
I up and left because you kicked me, not because of the kitchen. Because you kicked me and insulted me. I was trying to get your attention, man. I didn't karate kick you and you know it. You weren't looking at me. You don't need to talk to me. You walked away. I'm getting it tomorrow without talking to you, so leave it all alone. What the F? I don't need to talk to someone who kicked me. Why are you doing this? Why have you made this such a big deal? You on your own chose to throw a kick at me and you're defending it. No, man, that's not effing cool. So weird. You're full of shit. I'm not? Oh, so you didn't kick me? You were trying to mess with me. No? I was being jokey, playful, for F's sake. I was trying to clean for your parents tomorrow, LMAO liar. No man, that's so not what happened. Playful cake after calling me a bitch and shouting. Okay, Alex. You started throwing digs at me. She sent a question mark. No, I said wipe this side. He directly responded to her one message saying, yeah, that's not how that went down at all. Take out the bins and washing, that's it. You freaked out. But after, when I tried talking to you, you freaked out after. And you ignored me, yes, because of that. Yes, because you freaked out and shouted at me. So what's the reply to that? What? No? So no, I won't answer you if you're freaking out at me. I walked away. You kicked me.
You just misrepresent everything and tell it in a completely different order is sickening. Like, I'm actually so fed up with the way that you on purposely, like, mistell events. It's like driving me up the wall. I was trying to speak to you. You were being a bitch. I know you don't like that word, but you were being a bitch. You were being rude to me. I don't understand why. And then was like, can you not say everything all at once? And then you started insulting me, calling me autistic, like, as if that's acceptable, as if that's okay. Like, what the
I wasn't a bitch. I was fine.
And I literally said, calm down, everything's fine. This doesn't need to be a big deal. And you were like, it's not a big deal, but you were, like, clearly being rude still. Like, your whole attitude was horrific. Like, I mean, I tried to calm you down, and then you started being weird, like, not talking to me, walking past me, not looking at me, like, on purposely trying to antagonize me at that point. Because at that point, you decided that you want to annoy me for some reason. Like, I was just telling you to calm down because I didn't want to have to clean everything in a miserable mood. That was what I was telling you to do. I was like, stop doing this because it doesn't have to be like this. But it always has to be like this with you. It's always miserable. Everything's always, it's always miserable with you. I don't understand. I got so much shit on. And you know it. Like, I'm trying to prepare everything for tomorrow. I was trying to, like, figure out why I don't have any money because it's been stolen from me. 70 grand. You couldn't even imagine. ImAllexx, and the side has got some crumbs on it. Get over yourself. There's bigger shit going on in my life, and you know it. It's infuriating. You leave, making it seem like something really terrible happened. I tried to get you to turn around because you kept on walking away from me as I was talking to you. Like, I feel like I'm going insane because I tried so many times to just speak to you to your face, and you cut me off when it's normal, and then you go, oh, I don't want to talk to you. Off, you've escalated the thing. What the f is up with that? Like, why when I'm going, oh, Alice, like, do you want help with that? Are you ignoring me? Why are you doing that? Why are you ignoring me when I'm like, oh, can I help you with that? Why are you doing that? Why then?
Him screaming like that reminds me of the clip of SpongeBob yelling about Gary's dessert.
Gary! You are gonna finish your dessert, and you are gonna like it!
This sounds more pathetic than when he calls himself pathetic for crying in some of the audio clips that we'll get into later. This is more than just unhinged.
Oh man, why at the beginning? Why at the beginning when I was trying to help you, why were you being then? Why were you not talking to me? Why were you ignoring me? Why were you doing that at the beginning? For like 20 minutes, everything was fine, to be honest. But like it wasn't fine because you were being so insane as always. And I was being like, I'll help you with that. Let me help you with that. You should stop doing that. I'll help you with that. Why were you ignoring me? Just speak to me. Just look me in the eyes and talk to me, man.
This cuts off a little bit, but what I can read says, cleaning, let me be and clean. You couldn't. I wasn't insane at all. I told you what to do. You freaked out. You need help. Please get help.
I know that you do it because I know that you know it drives me insane. I know that you are angry at me for something that because I didn't clean the side of the kitchen. And yeah, okay, I get it. I get that you're upset with me because I didn't clean the side of the kitchen after I used it or whatever. But oh, come on, man, it's been Christmas and I am busy. Like, I am busy and I have told you how busy I am. And I forget, and I do forget. Like, I genuinely do forget. So it's not fair to torture me with everything going on. Like, I am terrified of what's going on right now. I might not ever get paid ever again. I might lose all of the money that I haven't been paid. I'm scared.
And another thing that really gets on my nerves is how much he is trying to put the burden of everything he's going through with his YouTube channel onto Alice like it's her fault. There are two separate things going on right now. You are arguing with your girlfriend because your girlfriend is unhappy with how you're treating her, and you have mistreated her very, very poorly. And then you have this other thing that's stressing you out, which sure, that can cause stress and make you unhappy and make things tense when you're with somebody, but that is not an excuse to treat somebody the way that you did, and boy oh boy, does he try to make it one.
Like, and you don't seem to realize how bad it is. Like, of course I forget to clean the sides sometimes, and I was gonna do it, but I haven't even eaten breakfast yet. Like, the pressure you put on me is insane. Like, it's insane. I paid for all your cat food the other day with money that I don't have at the moment because I haven't been paid. I don't know what you think of me, but you clearly aren't aware of how it's all weighing on me. And then you do this today. You have actually broken me with everything going on. Like, how do you think, do you know how hard it is to cope with everything? Like, I'm being robbed blind and I still have to work. You don't do anything. You don't do anything around the house. You don't clean, you don't make money, and I don't ask you to. I let you do nothing. I'm fine with you doing nothing, and the reason why is because I know how stressed I am. And I know that you got all going on, but I still think she's probably struggling too. Like, she doesn't do any fucking work. She doesn't have a job. She's probably, I know you're a miserable little cow all the time. So I try and let you get away with it, but you don't have the same type of space for me, and it's fucked up what you've done today because you know how much I'm struggling. I mean, you've put all of this on me, and I had to cancel everything tomorrow with my family. It's not fucking cool. It's why I want all your stuff gone, because I just don't want to deal with somebody right now who's going to put me through even more shit with everything I've got going on, and you're threatening me. I'm just saying that I don't want to speak to somebody who doesn't respect me and doesn't want to and respect what I'm going through, because you don't. All I wanted you to do was talk to me. Like, why is that so fucked? I just wanted you to look me in the eyes and just answer my questions I had. I was trying to help you, and I know that you know that, and I know that you were being stupid at the beginning, and you've blown it all up because of the fact you were being fucking stupid at the beginning. But it's not fair.
Let's talk, please, for the love of God. I just want to talk about what happened. Then you can get your stuff and go. I'll put your keyboard back together, but you have to call me because I can't just let it be this. I won't shout. I'm done now. I'm exhausted. I'm coming to get my PC. Call me before you leave. I want to talk first. I don't want you coming over before we've actually spoken. Why are you ignoring what I'm saying? I'm in the car, so I can't. When I'm back, sure, and then I'm getting the rest tomorrow. No, it's done. F off. Take the PC, then go. I left it at the door, not outside. And I'm getting the rest tomorrow. How long? I want to sleep. Go sleep. Man, tell me, what the F? You effed with my entire day. 5 to 10 minutes. I'm here. And take it all, please. I don't want to see you multiple times throughout the week. You chose to do this, so you can leave with everything now. You won't. I'm getting it all tomorrow. I'm not for dragging this out now. With what? Take it all now. Literally can't. I'm grabbing expensive bits now and close tomorrow. Getting what I can now. Deal with it or the police will. I don't care. Bye. Bye. What? Why the threat? Why do you keep doing this? This was effing fixable. You blew it up. Sorry, I don't want to deal with it. I'm picking up the rest tomorrow with a van. He sent a question mark. My clothes, etc. will all be picked up by my dad tomorrow. Why do this? Hope you're proud. Not even going to talk to me? Mad. Leave, man. Why would I talk to you? Cool, go then. Can you leave now? What are you doing upstairs? Go. Are you gone yet so I can effing sleep? Please say you're gone. Please. Please? He sent question marks. I'm gone. Relax. Good, man. Don't come back. Tomorrow to get my clothes. I effing hate you more than anything. The worst thing that ever happened to me. Stay out of my effing life. I'm putting everything else outside. You should have come back to apologize, psychotic C word. I will never forgive you for this. I said leave it. You effing tricked me. You kicked me. You're an effing C word. You should be apologizing. I despise you. Never. F off. No, after this, you don't get to do this and ask for an apology. My dad will get the rest tomorrow, and if it's outside or ruined in any way, you'll have my dad and police to deal with. I was trying to talk to you. To argue. F off, you C word. Bye. Go back yourself out online, man. Don't even talk to me once. Your mates are first in line? How dare you, you weird freak? Do you think it's effing fair to do what you did earlier? Be honest. You actually think what you did in the kitchen was normal? After yesterday, you pulled the same stuff. You kicked me. And I told you not to, woman. You freaked out, not me. Effing answer the question. You're mental trying to convince yourself it wasn't you. Bye. You ever talk about me again in any capacity, you'll have a letter through your door. She wrote, lol, stay away from me forever. Don't touch my stuff and you won't have to deal with anything legally. Think you'll find domestic is an offense. So dig your own grave if you really want. I haven't done anything but try to talk to you. You kicked me. Why are you doing everything you can to ruin this? I'm not. Leave me and my stuff alone. Yes, you did. Bye. You could have just talked to me. Why didn't you? I'm not the kitchen. Why didn't you just actually talk to me? Because you were freaking out. I said I was fine. You can't help yourself. You wouldn't talk to me. What? How's that fair? And for me, this is for everything you've done. Last straw, I guess. What? Because I didn't clean the effing kitchen yet? I just looked it up and apparently CBA is actually an abbreviation for can't be asked. Now, I don't know if this is used as an abbreviation. I've seen this a couple times so far from both of them through this entire document. This whole time I thought it was a typo. Anyway, CBA to forgive after you call me horrible names and kick me. Bye. No. What the F? Because you insult me and hurt me every argument. I said, do you want help? What? Nothing to do with that. Why not just say yes? It's everything to do with this. Nothing to do with that. You've pulled the cat away from me for no reason. Dodged me multiple times. Been horrible to me. Because I don't forgive you. Call me fat all the time, autistic. Literally, we scroll up and he calls her that. You broke me the day you dragged me and I never got over it. Alright, man, this is insane. It's done. Soon as you put your hands on me and said the things you did, I was done. Yeah, I'm leaving you. Okay, where do I put your stuff? Leave it all alone. I don't want it in the room I sleep in. You make me sick. Now he's trying to make her seem like a gold digger. What the hell? Doing all of this after extracting as much money out of me as possible, knowing I'm going through stuff and tormenting me, it's insane. Where do you get off? It's getting picked up by my dad. He has the key and we'll leave it. And I'll remove myself from the tenancy. Need the landlord's number. Like, didn't feel good to get on my back the moment I get out of bed today. Was that fun? Did you enjoy that when I came into the kitchen? Was that fun for you? Is that cooler than just dealing with it yourself? I didn't enjoy my boyfriend insulting me and kicking me, no. That's why I left. You started insulting me. What the F? I wasn't on your back. No, I don't. I said I'm fine and I'm just cleaning. Why is it okay for you to start? You kept poking me. Bro. No, I didn't. I didn't start at all. I was talking to you. Bye, you're amazing. Bye. Are you home yet? Hello? Are you not going to call me then? Wait, man. Wait, what? Hello? Hi. Now? Man, are you doing this on purpose? Are you effing with me on purpose? Hi. No. Hi. Why do you want to call? To talk about everything that's happened normally. So you can say I started it. No. Can we? Here or Discord? Wherever. What's best? any, trying to drive me mad on purpose. On purpose, it's insane. No, you won't listen. Bye. You're trying to F me up. I'm really not. I'm talking normal, trying to explain my side and why I did whatever. This is toxic. Calm down. Stop saying different stuff on what I'm saying. You won't acknowledge the part where I tried to stop this because it doesn't fit your story, and that's so unfair. You won't acknowledge when I kept saying stop and to leave me alone because you were following me and arguing. It was so stressful. You won't acknowledge you also escalated it. Difference is, I didn't walk away from you. Yeah, bro, apparently you allegedly kicked her in the back instead when she was walking away from you. I tried to speak about it. Why can't you acknowledge that? Like, just stop. I walked away when you started to raise your voice, which I'm allowed to do. You shouldn't do it, but hey ho. I mean, yes, you can do that. Of course you can. What the F? But that's not how you solve things. The point I'm trying to prove is that you have no interest in fixing things, which you didn't. You were fine with them getting worse. All you had to do was talk to me, but you executed your right to just pretend I didn't exist. It's truly fascinating, but that's the closure I needed. That's why I wanted to call you, to work out if you intentionally chose to elevate everything, which you did. Thank you, that's it. I know it's not how I solve things. That's not my goal when I walk away. My goal is to calm down and chill out so I can talk about it later when I'm okay and it'll be fine. You can't do that. You freak out more and more. Point is, even if you weren't annoyed, a normal person responds to the concerns like a human, not just by being a because that obviously makes the other person think there's a problem. You chose to make it worse. You were following me around and insulting me. That's not solving anything. You can now acknowledge that although there was no problem, you did in fact create one with the way you responded to my questioning. You made one, yes, by being horrible. Thank you. No, you freaked you. I think she meant to say freaked out. No, I didn't. I said I could help. You did. Anyone without a problem accepts the help. You refuse. I said what you can do. I ask why, you ignore me. You freaked out. This making me believe there is a problem. I ask what's wrong. You gave me the cold shoulder, thus confirming to me there is an issue. Nothing was wrong. I said I'm fine. No cold shoulder. No one changes the story more than you. Honestly, I said I was fine. I literally said I'm fine. I was fine. With an attitude. Oops, see, he changed it. Normal people go, oh no, seriously? It's totally fine. What world does he live in? Now, I did respond, but with an attitude. Everyone knows, quote unquote, I'm fine isn't fine. No, actually, when someone says they're fine, they're saying they're fine. I was, literally. We're not children here. I was literally effing fine, not a care in the world. That's not how adults talk. LMAO says you kicking me. Bye. You seem to be denying that I'm fine without eye contact whilst refusing help doesn't come across like you're being rude to me or being off with me. I was fine. So fine. The thing that drives me mental is that although you may have meant to come across that way, you must acknowledge how it effing looks. I was okay. I wasn't off with you. I was cleaning. Let me clean. So I effing made all this up? You kissed me, danced around the kitchen smiling. Well, then I asked, are you okay? No, you're taking it completely wrong. I said I'm fine, which I was. Which for anyone would be a chance to show that. You didn't. You were then rude. I said I'm fine. No, I wasn't rude. This is making me think, oh, she's so not fine because she's being rude as F. I said I'm fine. No, I wasn't rude at all. God, CBA, you're just gonna lie. So obviously I push harder for an answer. Bye. You didn't. You freaked out. Cool, man. Yeah, I freaked out. Sure, that sounds plausible to you? You were acting like something was an issue after I already said there wasn't one. Not that you worked me up. Yeah, it does. You work yourself up. Every time. You pushed my buttons. You get more and more pissed the second passes. You then made rude comments. I wasn't rude. That I had to take AirPods out to hear. I heard you call me useless. Which is so unfair with everything I've been doing. Yes, after. No, this was during. No, it was after when you walked off. I turned around to leave you alone to take my cereal. No, I didn't walk off because I was in the kitchen. You wasn't in the room when I said that. Yes, I was. You wasn't. I said, what did you say? As a chance to say sorry. That's when you actually had upset me. So now I'm upset. You've already upset me by prodding me for something that isn't there. And I think you're hiding from me for some reason. The back-end call. I was fine. Nice order. I'll decline that order. Please. Ugh, it's not an order. The thing is just hard. Get back in the call. Typing. I didn't mean it like that. Hi. Yeah, I have a headache. Let's not argue then. I'm literally trying not to. I just want you to actually listen to what I'm saying. I don't think you understand. It's hard to do that when you scream, calling me a whore. You need to understand, it makes me want to block your number and never face you again. You don't get how hard it is to move on from that, and I do every time because I have a shitty empathy for you every time. You found a girl you can say these things to, and she still cared about you after. I'm tired. I'm in a call. You're so close to getting it. Nice. He then sends another voice note.
It's so crazy to actually hear you, right, genuinely go, yeah, so I come downstairs, I complain about the way you're talking to me. You admit to making no behavioural change. I then go, alright Alice, what can I do to help you? Tell me what I can do to help you. And then you go, do this, do this, do that, in a rude way. After I've just spent the last 5 minutes saying, I don't like the way you're talking to me. It's not very cool. You have now acknowledged this on 3 separate occasions, but still can't figure out why I was annoyed. It's okay that you think that maybe you weren't doing anything that was annoying, but at that point, you know that I have complained. I have put in your brain, as I come downstairs, formal complaint verbally, I don't like the way you're talking to me. Instead of going, maybe I'll try and change my language, try and make it a little bit of an effort to change it, you go, I'm going to carry on talking that way, which is going to carry on getting back the response, I don't like the way you're talking to me. So, now we have fully laid this out. How can you not acknowledge whether you don't think you did anything wrong or did think you did something wrong? I don't really care at this point. How can you not acknowledge that if you made no change in your behaviour, that I was going to keep on complaining about the way you were talking to me because I found it rude? You don't get to decide whether or not it wasn't rude. I came downstairs, said I will help you with the bins. You basically f***ed me off. Then I go, okay, what do you want me to do then instead? And then you're rude to me. You say you're not rude. I say you are. I say you are being the way you are when I came downstairs, which is what I made the complaint about. This is why I'm going mad. Because I have said 6, 7 separate times in the span of 10 minutes, I don't like the way that you're talking to me. I'd appreciate it if you could change it. You have acknowledged this and still can't understand why I was getting so annoyed. And why I got more and more annoyed was the more I told you to stop, the more you carried on doing it. It's f***ing mental. It's f***ing insane. There we go. Acknowledge that. That's it. Just acknowledge the fact that you purposely carried on acting the way you did. Whether you were annoyed or not, you still acted the same way, and it was annoying me.
What's the need for this? You asked me what to do. I listed 3 things to do normally. Completely normal. Wipe the side. That's not rude or anything. You freaked out. It was the way you listed it after I had complained about how you were talking to me 4 times. There's always something. God, you never stop. You're a victim. Of course, after kicking me. Thank you so much if you've made it all the way to this point. I know we have gone through a lot, and this is over 2 hours long. 2.5 probably, and there's still a whole lot more information to go through. I'm really going to try and get a lot more information in the next video within a digestible amount of time. Again, if you haven't already, let me know in the comments down below. What is your preferred video time length? Is it an hour? Is it 2 hours? How long is too long before you don't even want to watch the video? Because I originally was gonna say I don't care how long this video is, I'm just gonna upload it, but I figured I want to still make it digestible. So let me know your preferred time length and I will try to adjust depending on what most of you say. And with that being said, I just want to dive into a little bit here. Again, I am sorry for the lack of uploads this month and leading up to this month because I didn't just find all of this information out. I'm gonna do a separate video on this. I found out I have a genetic mutation, which is BRCA1. And this is not something that I just found out recently. This is something I've known I had for like 5 years. And even before I knew I had it, I suspected I had it because I have a lot of family history with cancer. The reason why I'm making a video on it, by the way, is because I feel like this information is really important for other people out there to know, because some of this stuff I wish I knew 5 years ago when I got this test done. So 5 years ago, I did one of them like online genetic tests to see where your ancestors come from. I'm not naming it because it's got some controversy and I'm not affiliated with it in any way. I'm not endorsing it or saying you should go do that. I'm just saying that's how I found out. I gave that information to my doctors and they said you should seek genetic counseling. I'm like, yeah, cool, okay. My insurance has been all over the place for quite a while, and I finally got a pretty decent insurance, and I switched to a new doctor and told them that information, and I was able to get a more, I guess, quality, like professional genetic test done. It was through a blood test. Basically what I found out through the online one was, I have a higher chance of getting breast cancer. What I didn't know is that through this blood test is the exact percentages of which I am at that point, and it's very, very high. I thought that this information, again, what I knew 5 years ago was, oh, maybe I'll qualify for getting like early mammograms and stuff. And basically that would be it, and the only thing I would have to do unless something happened, I guess.
Oh, no.
It's more than that. I've met a lot of people very, very fast, and I now have a lot of things I need to consider surgically and life-wise, and I already have some other medical issues going on as well, but so far I don't have anything going on. I got some scans done and everything came back pretty good. At least with my chest and everything. I have some other stuff going on that I'm waiting to hear back on, and that's another reason why I want to really wait and do a video on this. But basically, I have a lot of things I need to consider within the next couple of years, and it's kind of all hit me at once. I've been overloaded with a lot of information at once, and it's not a cancer diagnosis. It's just telling me that I have a very, very high risk of developing it. As I age, the risk gets higher and higher and higher. I don't want to leave anybody off worried. I should be fine, and I'm taking a lot of precautions to make sure everything stays that way for as long as possible. And I don't know what that's going to look like. I have a lot of thinking to do. And yeah, it's just been taking a toll on me mentally. I don't want to be vague, but I promise I will talk about this in depth more in a later video, which will hopefully be posted soon. Thank you so much if you made it all the way to the end of this video. Thank you so much to everybody supporting me over on Patreon and through YouTube memberships. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And with that being said, see you later.